They've never had a start this early in Charlottesville at 11 a.m. local time, and Illinois has never played a game in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So a very different setting for both of these teams, and it'll be interesting to see who comes out and plays well early. Illinois wins the toss. They defer to the second half. Virginia will receive, and James McCourt, who's a heck of a kicker for the Illini, is going to put toe to leather, and we're underway. Virginia will take the ball first here at home, and for more on their quarterback, let's send it down to Jalen Johnson on the field.
Yesterday when we talked to Coach Mendenhall, he could not say enough good about his quarterback, Brennan. He said that he's one of the most competitive guys that he has on his roster. He looked around the room and he said, we could go and do a pickup game for anything. Basketball, football, soccer, and he would be the guy that you would pick first. And with a smile on his face, he said, that's the exact kind of guy that I want leading this Virginia football program.
Yeah, thanks, Jalen. Second year as a starter. He'll throw on first down. The left-hander finds a strike right at midfield. Picked up by his big tight end, Jelani Woods, and Tariq Barnes made the stop, but not before Woods carries the ball into Illini territory.
And Jelani Woods, how about this? Big number 0 right in the middle of your field. We saw his little bit of action he got last week, but the Oklahoma State transfer is a big 6'7" target, and he came to Virginia to make receptions just like that. He wants to prove that he's got the hands to make plays downfield.
Fake to Talapapa. Now Armstrong carries it. Gets free on the right side, down to the 30, ridden out of bounds at about the 27. The officials looking closely at that one to see if there was any malfeasance after the whistle. Not so much, but another first down for Virginia.
Well, first two plays, you really got to see what Brennan Armstrong was all about. You saw him stand in the pocket, make a great pass over the middle, over the linebacker's head to Jelani Woods, his big tight end, and then you saw what he's capable of doing on the ground. It's funny, he told us he's naturally just wants to run people over, and he's got to slide. He had to learn to slide here at this college level. Ooh, a offensive lineman is now motioning out wide. That's one of the Robert and I specials that we will see lots of different formations.
Looking to the end zone. Has a receiver out there. Broken up, though, in the corner. Sidney Brown did a nice job tracking the receiver and breaking it up at the last moment.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of these trick plays, a lot of these wild formations. A really good job on the back end. Sidney Brown, little contact, but got his arm in there.
The ball bouncing around there before it hit the ground. Somebody may have been able to pick it up. Falls, though. It'll be second down and 10 for the Wahoos. Now we get a whistle and a flag. It looks like we may have a little motion here against Virginia.
Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Jeff Cervinski is our referee today. False start against Virginia. Will move the Wahoos back 5 yards. Armstrong with the fake to Thompson. Has a receiver open again. That's the tight end once again, and he'll score! Jelani Woods, 2 big catches on the drive, and he finishes it off with a touchdown.
Jelani Woods, what a way to start off this game. Brennan Armstrong said we're going to see more of number 0 in this game than we saw last week. Well, if this first drive is any indication, we are going to see a lot of that big man relegated to mostly a blocker when he was at Oklahoma State. Really talked to some scouts and said, okay, if right now I'm pictured as a blocking tight end in the NFL, I just want to show what I can do in the pass game. Brennan Armstrong is used to these big tight ends. Tony Poljan last year, and now he's got another one. Jelani Woods.
Justin Duncan with the PAT. Virginia, well, they got off to a hot start here early in the morning. Jelani Woods, his first career touchdown, 32 yards for the score. Virginia up top early over the Illini.
It's not the truck you drive, or the uniform you wear, the people you inspire, or the sacrifices you make. The greatest part of being a hero is the impact you have every single day. we thank you.
So, if you have a flat tyre, dead battery, need a tow or lock your keys in the car, Geico's emergency roadside assistance is there 24/7. Oh dear, I got a flat tyre. Yeah, can you find a take where it's a bit more dramatic on that last line, yeah? Yeah, I got it right here. Someone help me! I have a flat tyre! Oh, it's good for me. What do you think?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Imagine a salad made with fresh-cut vegetables and warm hand-breaded chicken. Does that even exist? Not yet, because we don't make it until you order it. Try the new Southwest Salad, only at Zaxby's. Order on your favorite delivery app.
Homicides in Virginia are at a 20-year high.
And we are stressed to the limit.
Now, extreme Democrats supporting Terry McAuliffe want to defund the police.
Glenn Youngkin, he'll defend us.
Youngkin has a plan to crack down on crime. That's why over 50 sheriffs from Montgomery
to Prince William County,
from Virginia Beach
to Richmond,
are ready to roll with the governor who will keep Virginia
safe.
I'm Glenn Youngkin, candidate for governor, and I sponsored this ad.
We're not just about hair. We're also about convenience.
Sport Clips app. Check in, track your arrival time, get heads-up alerts. Why is that important?
Because guys don't like to wait.
Convenience.
Sport Clips!
And we are underway in Death Valley. Blowing up the play. Beautifully is moved.
Jelani Woods, the big tight end, transfer out of Oklahoma State. Mark, you said it. He wants to get more involved catching the football, so he comes to a school and a program like Virginia, who has a history in Bronco Mendenhall utilizing the tight ends. How about 2 catches for 63 yards and the score to finish off that first drive?
Yeah, that'll work. I think Bronco Mendenhall likes his decision to bring in this big tight end in the transfer portal. Big impact in a big game early in the morning, Chris.
Dunkel to kick off. Donnie Navarro to receive for Illinois. Lets it go over his head, and the Illini will scrimmage from the 25.
All right, let's look at how Jelani Woods got so wide open. I want your eyes on number 30. That's Sidney Brown on Illinois' team. He gets held towards the line of scrimmage because of the run action. And then number 0 on the left side of your screen throws that hand up, signals to his quarterback, I'm open. And when you see a big 6'7" hand pop up in the air, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. And Brennan Armstrong did not miss on that play.
So an opportunity now to see Brett Bielema's offense and Art Sikowski. Quick push pass, but not a whole lot of room that time as Joey Blunt comes up from his saber spot. Loss of a yard on the play. Blunt plays that sort of roll burst in the secondary. The saber position they call it here. Virginia, he makes the stop for a loss.
Yeah, really big play. And we got to look here at Illinois' quarterback, Art Sikowski. It's only his second career start. The start at the beginning of the season, Brandon Peters got hurt in the first game versus Nebraska, but Art stepped in, and he really has operated this offense well. And Brett Bielema and the offensive coordinator, Tony Peterson, really love him.
Sikowski to throw on second down to Brown out of the backfield. Makes one man miss. Nice job after the catch to get close to the first down marker. Give him 11 yards. Nick Jackson tracked him down, but Chase Brown's been banged up, and they're glad to have him back into the fold here with Illinois.
Well, there was one word used when they talked about Chase Brown. It was catalyst. If this guy can get our team going. You saw it's a really good play right there, but missing last week and then coming back, this is something that really sparks this offense. Good outlet for Art Sikowski, and now it brings up 3rd and short. A lot of times in this formation, they're going to run the ball or a quick play action to tight end in the flat.
They give to Love, but he won't get there. Virginia's defense, led by Mandy Alonso, catches him in the backfield, forcing the Illini in with 3 and out in a punting situation.
Okay. Wow. Big tackle in the backfield. Look at the linebackers coming. Nick Jackson was there first, and then Nick Grant, the free safety, comes up. Really good tackle on the big Reggie Love in the backfield. Put together 2 really good series, an offensive series of Brennan Armstrong in that offense, scoring a touchdown, followed by a 3 and out by UVA's defense.
Blake Hayes is a heck of a punter, just lines this one to Kemp. corrals it at his own 17, trying to get outside, and good punt coverage by the Illini forces him out of the 20. 49-yard punt on a line drive from Blake Hayes.
And UVA and Nick Howell, the defensive coordinator, have got to be happy with that last stop. They knew they were going to have to face a Big Ten ground and pound, run it down your throat offense. A couple good stops in the run game on that first series. And now Armstrong gets to go back to work.
Armstrong to throw again, fakes to the right, comes back to the left, little underneath screen, and it works well to Kemp. He's going to pick up 11 yards and another first down. Virginia's been really good at home. Bronco talked about this when we spoke to him earlier on in the week. If you want to win the Coastal, that's what they want to do every year. That's their goal. First of all, automatically, you got to take care of business at home. Then go 500, he said, on the road, but they're doing it at home.
Yeah, they're doing it at home, and they have been doing it at home. It's the road games. They've had a real tough time the past year and a half on the road.
Fake to Thompson. Armstrong to throw again, firing downfield, has a receiver, and they connect. That's Rashawn Henry, who usually catches touchdown passes, but this long completion here has Virginia back in business.
Yeah, you talk about Rashawn Henry catching touchdown passes. Before this game, he only had 9 catches and 5 were for touchdowns, and you see his ability to get down the field. There's a lot of one-on-one being played on the outside by the Illini. Rashawn Henry really has stepped up at that wide receiver role.
Harrington, the transfer from Harvard, takes the carry and picks up a couple. Boy, Armstrong has been on target, has he not, here early?
Oh, goodness. I mean, you watched that last throw. He just line drived it right down the middle of the field. And Illinois has vacated that middle. I mean, all 3 of those long completions have come between the hashes, which is where Brennan Armstrong is the most accurate. So that has to make an adjustment defensively for Illini, or they're going to get picked apart all day over the middle.
Henry 39 yards, so they've had 3 pass plays of 30 yards or more here already in the game. Armstrong looking for more, going to the end zone, has a receiver open, and an easy score. Dontayvion Wicks, he gets involved in the passing game, and it's all Virginia so far.
Another really, really good pass by Brennan Armstrong. It could have been a terrible pass, honestly, because there was absolutely nobody near Dontayvion Wicks. And you gotta wonder what's going on with this Illini secondary. Last game in the first half, Chris, we saw them play very soft, not very aggressive versus UTSA. And when we talked to their defensive coordinator, Ryan Walters, he said, I had a conversation with them at halftime, told them they need to be more aggressive. Might have to have another conversation right now with his corners.
Brennan Armstrong, what a first quarter. And we're only 5 minutes in. 5 of 6, 141 yards, and 2 scores, including this one to Wicks. 14th tip, Virginia.
That boy good.
I can celebrate with your teammates. That's sort of meaning like you can't move mountains 1 second at a time. You got to break it into little rocks.
Yes.
One swing of the jackhammer, if you will, or the sledgehammer at a time.
Yep, humans can't move mountains, that is for sure, but you break it down in little pieces, we can move a lot of different things. But Brennan Armstrong, how about week 1? Set a school record with yards gained through the air in his first game of the season. I mean, he might match that today. I mean, this is, right now, it is like there's no defense on the field right now for Illinois.
2 scoring drives of 4 plays each for Virginia, highlighted by really 4 explosive passes, long pass plays, and they've only had 2 runs and only 1 by design in those 2 drives. So Armstrong has the hot hand throw, and why change anything? And for Illinois on the flip side, they had a 3-and-out in their first offensive drive. Now trying to get something going here deep in their own territory. Zitkowski to throw. To his back, out of the backfield. Picks up about 5 yards. Hunter Stewart was there to bring him down.
And Chris, we talked at the open about the game time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and which would be 10 a.m. for Illinois. You just wonder right now if that plays at all into them getting going and maybe a little lethargic. This is a really important drive to at least flip field position. Now they're moving into an unbalanced set. Usually that signals run.
Chase Brown had another catch there on first down. Getting some good yardage on first down. Now moving the tight ends around. Brown still behind Sitkowski. Brown will look to find yardage. Tough to come by on the right side. Maybe give him a yard. You know, Illinois, you talk about a fast start. There's Brett Bielema in his first year as the head coach. Last week against UTSA, down 14-0, and Bielema talked about it. We need to get off to a better start, so we're not trying to play catch-up the entire game like they did last week. And lo and behold, here, down 14-0 again.
Yeah, he was adamant about starting fast. He understands how good UVA is when they build that confidence early in the game. Said they're 5-0 and leading at halftime, and 0-5 in the last 10 games when they're losing. Right now, UVA is putting on a clinic. Great tackle on that last play by Nick Grant.
Big third down here. Sitkowski gets rid of it, just out of the reach of his receiver, and it looks like it'll be another 3-and-out for Illinois. That was Casey Washington, the intended receiver, just too far out of his reach.
Yeah, Sitkowski's a guy, he can make that throw. Really, it was in a pretty good spot. You want to see Casey Washington continue his route, come back to the ball, but whatever it may be, it just seems to be something a little bit off, whether it's an offensive lineman not making the right block, the ball not landing exactly where it is, but so far, it's been 2 3-and-outs for Illinois. And UVA is rolling.
Hayes with another good kick, drives Kemp back to his 16.
Woo! Hey there.
Gets a good block. He was in the pick of about 5 or 6 yards on the return. Brennan Armstrong's off to a hot start.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. Hot? This guy's on fire. It's almost like he can't miss. And you see the lefty. This is the second week in a row Illinois has had to face a lefty quarterback, which just makes things a little bit different. However, you can still cover guys. Really good job of finding his big tight ends. And then on that second drive, finding his wide receivers downfield. Rayshon Henry making a big play, and then Dontayvion Wicks getting in the end zone. A lot through the air for UVA, and that's how they like it.
Armstrong again. The play fake. It has a receiver wide open in the middle. That's Thompson. 23 yards to the football player, Keaton Thompson, who transferred in from Mississippi State. They don't really have a position for him, like a wide receiver, tight end. He also plays some quarterbacks. So they just call him football player.
Yeah, they just call him football
Timeout.
player.
Injured player.
Mentioned the open out. Brennan Armstrong will be the first pick on any team, whether it's hopscotch or pickleball. Keaton Thompson might be second pick. I mean, this guy he is fantastic. He's a grad transfer from Mississippi State. Last year came to this team and understood his abilities. Said, I could play wide receiver. I can do whatever you want me to do. Has a great attitude, and coaches said, look, this year has been the real big improvement year for him, his route running. He is a real wide receiver on this team now.
Added some weight in the weight room, some muscle weight, so he can take the hits and the pounding and block when he has to. And it's worked for him. Another big opening, this time for a running back, and it's Mike Hollins. Everything Virginia is doing right now, Herslick, and they're doing it well.
Chris, I got to count how many white jerseys are on the field, because I feel like there's 7. 1, 2, nope, there's 11. We gotta get some guys tackling in the right positions, but give credit to this UVA offense. They are so multiple. What Robert and I does, he creates all these formations, all these different personnel groupings, really messes with defenses, and so Illinois just has to settle in, play their base coverage, and tackle the football.
Carried along the right side is Ira Armstead, so this is another situation where Armstead, who is listed as a quarterback, he's more of the football player type as well, along with Thompson. Jacob Rodriguez, number 98, you'll see him, the freshman, in that football player role where they'll take a direct snap, they can throw the ball, Armstead can throw it, he can run it, they can play him out wide, and when you talk about different formations.
Yeah, and when you say can, they do, right? You know, some people have the ability, but this offense, they utilize those abilities. And they've really maximized their potential of their future quarterbacks by getting them on the field.
Yeah, now Armstead right here is in the slot. They motioned him out as a receiver. Armstead hits a receiver for a short gain.
Illinois defensively has gotten into more of a zone package. They felt like the man-to-man wasn't working, which it wasn't. And to me, that pass right there, someone catches a pass, you tackle them for a 5-yard gain, like that's okay. Now bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 6. That's what Illinois wants to do. I expect to see more of that zone coverage from them.
Kemp now the wide out in the backfield along with Armstrong. He'll get the carry. They'll reverse it, though. Here comes Armstead. He's got Armstrong in front of him, and he gets tackled from behind. He's close to the first down marker, but I think the Illini were able to bring him down just about a yard shy. That play looked like it was going to be really big from the start, but good pursuit by Owen Carney and company for Illinois.
Yeah, really good job by Illinois, understanding that, yes, he can throw the ball, but now they got to line up again. This is 4th and 1. Wayne Talapapa in the backfield. Watch him go.
Cuts it back inside, and it's going to be close. I think that second effort probably got him the first. He wasn't going to be denied on that carry. Give him 2 yards and a first down for Virginia.
Yeah, you see a good look at the team captain right there, Wayne Talapapa, senior out of Punahou High School on Oahu in Hawaii. He's a guy, I mean, Chris, it feels like he's been on this team forever. I mean, but that's the type of leadership he has. He, even from a young age, he has understood work ethic and provides a real burst for this team. Probably their best do-everything running back.
And Bronco recruited him when he was at BYU. Talapapa went on a mission, went back to Hawaii, and then found his way here at Virginia. When Bronco came to Virginia, Armstrong going to the end zone again. Double coverage. And just hung it up a little bit too high. Incomplete. Nice job in defending that one by Kirby Joseph and Tony Adams, the best cover corner here for Illinois.
Yeah, it was a good job playing the ball in the air. You see number 25 come from all the way across the field. Really good job of making a play on the football. But you see how long it took for that route to develop and how much time Brennan Armstrong had in the pocket. The offensive line is shutting down any pass rush Illinois has.
2nd down and 10. Armstead now in motion in the backfield. A fake to Armstead. Give it to Hollins. He's wrapped up after a gain of 2. That looked almost like wing T-esque in the backfield.
I asked Brennan Armstrong, I said, you do some things at this quarterback position that no one's asked to do. I mean, he took a shotgun snap, he reversed out underneath, handed it off to his running back. I mean, if you're playing linebacker and you see the quarterback spin around like that, you don't know where the ball is.
Eye candy. Isn't that what they call it when they call it eye candy? There's all kinds of things going on. And eye discipline. Right. Eye candy and eye discipline.
Eye candy tastes so good too, right? Until you take a bite and then you're like, oh my gosh.
And then you're like, oh, I forgot about eye discipline.
Yeah, I forgot about eye discipline.
Armstrong to throw, keeping a tight end in for protection. Underneath, broken up. That was Dontayvion Martin for the Illini and forcing a 4th down for the first time today. This defense stepping up when they really had their backs against the wall.
Yeah, good job by the Illini. Brennan Armstrong missed one on that last play. He had Demick Starling man-to-man, one-on-one inside. You know, would have been another touchdown pass, but now they're bringing out their kicker. Make a long field goal here.
46 yards for Justin Dunkel. Just wide right. So maybe a little bit of momentum for Illinois.
To watch, much improved, as is this Virginia Cavalier squad. Really laying a licking on the Illini so far.
Art Sikowski taking the Illini back onto the field here. They need more than a 3 and out on this drive, as you can see some of the games today. And you know, Syracuse, some of these teams like Pitt, Syracuse, you don't really know what you got in week 1 because they took care of competition that wasn't up to snuff. Now things get a little tougher.
Yeah, same thing with NC State. They posted a shutout. However, the ACC lost pretty much every non-conference Power 5 game last week. They have an opportunity to make good on some of those and give the ACC some clout back.
Sikowski on play action, has a receiver out in the flat. It's going to be close to a first down, but it looks like it's going to be a little shy. DJ Barker, the tight end, on the receiving end. Sikowski's arm got hit when he threw that, but he was able to just put enough on it to get it out to Barker. Let's talk about Virginia's tight end and Jelani Woods, who's really good. They've got a couple of them here in Illinois. Daniel Barker, DJ Barker, and Luke Ford, who began his career at Georgia and transferred in here. They love these 2 tight ends.
Yeah, they love the 2 tight ends, and they love 2 tight end sets. They're going to play 12 personnel, meaning 1 running back, 2 tight ends a lot this game. Right now they got the 2 tight ends to the right side of the formation, and they got the big Josh McCray, true freshman running back in the game.
Leaps over the line of scrimmage and almost broke it. Now that's a young man who's 6'1", 240 pounds, listed. A true freshman out of Enterprise, Alabama, who showed himself a little, twinkle toes here at the line of scrimmage.
Look at this, right over top. Good job blocking up front by the offensive line. But we talked to Brett Bielema about his true freshman running back. And this is a guy who's being recruited by the SEC as an inside linebacker. His high school coach also coached Melvin Gordon, who was recruited by Brett Bielema, and basically texted Bielema and said, I got a guy for you. And he said he can be a Big Ten running back. Bielema watched 10 seconds of film, called him back and said, you're right, tell him he's a Big Ten running back.
Sitkowski now after a first down near midfield. And a nice job defensively. Chase Brown on the receiving end, and Virginia got good pursuit. Antonio Clary was there along with Nusi Milani just to slow things down and allow their teammates to make the stop.
I've been impressed with UVA and their open field tackling so far this game. Bielema thought that he might be able to get some production, getting the ball on the edges. So far in this game, UVA has been pretty stout.
2nd down and 12. Sitkowski flanked by Chase Brown. Virginia showing a little bit of pressure, maybe by Noah Taylor, number 7 here near side. He comes off the edge, then pressure up the middle too, and Sitkowski's able to unload it, but it's incomplete as Anthony Johnson. Elliott Brown is there to put the pressure on the quarterback, and Johnson broke up the pass.
Yeah, good job by Johnson breaking down on the ball. And UVA did a great job of holding their blitz till the final moment. Noah Taylor was almost a decoy, and now these Wahoo fans are on their feet. Happy to be back in Scott Stadium. Getting loud.
Yep, those mimosas, those Bloody Marys we saw when they were tailgating earlier, kicking in here late first quarter. 3rd down and 12.
Here comes pressure.
Virginia brings it, picked up initially. Sitkowski, though, misfires. Looking for Navarro on the outside. They'll bring up 4th down.
Sitkowski had him, too. Had him on the comeback route. I don't think it would have gotten enough for a 1st down regardless. But Illinois offensive line, good job protecting their quarterback, allowing him to make the throw just off target.
Okay. Blake Hayes, Big Ten punter of the year.
An absolute weapon.
Averaging 50 yards a punt already today. He just makes it look easy. This one high and angling out of bounds. Good for the net, if not for the punting average. Virginia will take over from their own, as the official walks up, from their own 29-yard line. Time for our marathon drive recap, and it's the scoring drives for Virginia right out of the gate. Mark, Brennan Armstrong was on target. Big chunk plays to his tight end and receivers. In the blink of an eye, they were up 14-0 before most people woke up today.
Yeah, work in the middle of the field. Understanding the soft spot in this man-to-man coverage that Illinois was playing so good between the numbers. Outside the right hash, he's been a little bit sparse in terms of his accuracy, but inside the hashes, he is on fire.
And he's got a receiver streaking down the left side. Contact before, and the officials call it incomplete, but no flag coming down. Now one official says a catch. The official on the far side, now they get together and say incomplete.
Yeah, Tariq Barnes, the linebacker. The fans are calling for that pass interference.
What, did Armstrong have all day to throw this, or what?
He absolutely did. This is absolutely pass interference. That's a defender, as a linebacker trying to cover a running back on that wheel route. You're in good position, but you don't put that hand up until you see the receiver's hands go up. Got there a little early, but got away with one.
Armstrong to throw again. Now just throws it into the ground, as that play did not develop the way he had hoped. Just took his medicine to play for another down.
An impressive stop right here. 3rd down and long. It's what Illinois wants to force Virginia to do offensively. Obviously, it's not over till it's over, but this is where Illinois wants to pressure. It's their nature to get after the quarterback in this situation. And Ryan Walters, let's see if he does dial up some pressure. Watch number 35, Jake Hansen, super senior in the middle of the field.
Armstrong now tries to go deep again. And misfired on his last 5 throws. That one incomplete, and The Illinois defense looks like they're going to be able to get off the field, which is something they had a real problem doing here in the first couple of weeks, especially last week in the loss to UTSA.
Yeah, good job by Illinois. And right now, even though the stat sheet is so dominated by Virginia, those last two stops, the missed field goal and then this 3 and out, are really good for Illinois. They're right in this game, 14-point game. 1 touchdown would go a long way. Flag down.
Flag prior to Jacob Finn's punt.
False start. Kicking team.
False start against Virginia on special teams. That just doesn't that just kill you as a coach? Giving up 5 yards on a punt.
It does, especially from where you are. You know, in this situation, all yardage counts. If you're on the other side of the 50, whatever, but
you're not trying to fire off the ball and get 1 yard, you know, to pick up a first down. So
it comes down to focus, and got a lot of starters on this punt team. Maybe a little winded.
Jacob Finn's the transfer out of Florida. I like what he's done now. A low punt. Let's see if he can get a bounce. He does. And it favors the Cavaliers down to the 28-yard line, and that's where Art Sikowski and company will take over with 28 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Coming up next, Rutgers and Syracuse in the Carrier Dome, followed then by number 6 Clemson hosting South Carolina State in Death Valley. Our day is capped off with our ACC Network primetime matchup presented by Geico. Jacksonville State squares off against Florida State. Kenzie Milton, will we see more of him, you think?
I think so. I mean, he came into the end of that Florida State game and led a really solid drive.
Looked good.
Yeah, he looked really good, and the way they run that offense, I can anticipate seeing both of those quarterbacks in that game.
Chase Brown trying the right side, still on his feet, running hard for 2 yards. That's pretty much been the MO in this running game for Illinois in this first quarter. 2 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, you really want 3.5 yards in a cloud of dust. 2 yards in a cloud of dust isn't going to get it done. However, they want to establish that run game. We talked to Bielema about his lack of run success early in the game. He said, stay with it, it'll work.
Hasn't worked so far. Lots worked well for Virginia. The Cavaliers, an early start here in Charlottesville, and they got off to an early start with 2 quick scores. 14-0, Virginia after 1. Johnson along with you for the ride here in an early morning kickoff in Charlottesville. Another possession for Illinois, and they've got nothing going offensively. Sikowski with a low delivery and the catch made underneath. And Mark, in that first quarter, this Illinois offense, 1 first down, 33 total yards.
Yeah, it hasn't been good on 3rd down for either team. But when we look at Illinois, it looks like they're starting to find a little bit of rhythm. And they started connecting a little bit of offensive production, some shorter 3rd downs with defensive stops. This is a huge play. 1, 2, 3, 4. They need 4.5 yards to get this first down.
Virginia brings just 4. Sikowski has time, and underneath to Isaiah Williams, and just the 2nd time we've called his name today, and I promise you it won't be the last. If Illinois wants to stay in this game, they'll move the chains.
Great protection up front by Illinois' offensive line. Doug Kramer, the 3-time captain, in the middle of that offense at center. He kind of anchors the whole system. Really good job in protection, allowing Art to find his check down for first down.
And another thing we talked about with Brett Bielema during the week, don't get behind the chains, and picking up just over 1 yard on first down. That's getting behind the chains for this offense.
Another unbalanced set.
McCray, big tailback, bangs into that defensive front, picks up about 6.
Manny Alonso had McCray dead to rights in the backfield. Good job by McCray to slip him. Look at those quarterbacks. Got the new and then the old new. DJ Uyunglele and Kenzie Milton. Just one of the best comeback stories in college football this year, absolutely.
Second down and 4 for Illinois. Give to McCray again. Lowers his shoulder this time. Gang tackled by Virginia. Give him maybe a yard. It'll bring up another big third down from midfield.
Last couple plays, Illinois have come out with their 2 tight ends, 1 running back, but they brought all their receivers and their tight ends to one side of the field. They like to overload those formations, a lot of downhill run. This is a third and manageable. They're going under center now. Be alert for the play action. A tight end sneaking out in the flat.
Sikowski has to get rid of it, and it does. Chase Brown, a lot of room to run. 35. Nice open field tackle that time. Otherwise, he might have been gone. Ventrell Cypress, the second, was able to come up and make the stop. It's a big play for Illinois.
Yeah, huge play for Illinois, and a roll 2 boot. That's what they call it. There's really a fake handoff to nobody, and then you roll out, and it's very difficult for those inside linebackers to track the running back when the quarterback goes opposite the running back, finds him out in the flat. Really good play, good design, understanding the weak point of that cover 3 coverage that Virginia was in.
Gut check drive for Illinois, converting a couple of third downs. We give to Brown. Not a whole lot of running room there. Give him a yard on first down, and once again, it's 2nd down and 9 for Illinois.
Yeah, 2nd down and 9. Not even that 1.2. That was a little bit less than 1 yard on that pickup. But when we talked to Nick Howell, the defensive coordinator for UVA yesterday, he said, yo, we got some tendencies. That last play, it's a 2-by-2 set with the quarterback in the pistol. To them, they said that's run. That's predominantly run. Now we see a 3-by-1 set. That's predominantly pass.
Fake underneath, going up top. Has a receiver in the end zone. Big hit. Did he hang on? He did. What a catch.
What a catch.
Deuce Spann held onto it, the former quarterback, and he got rocked at the end of that play.
Yeah, and he is fast. I mean, he said he gave up the deuces sign to the defender trying to cover him. Watch him at the top of your screen. Really good job. Spun the defender, Ventrell Cypress, around, and just too far for Nick Grant to go. Good job by Art Sikowski, using his eyes to hold the safety to the right side of the formation, finding his open receiver, and that's exactly what Illinois needed on this drive. String together a couple first downs that hit on the big target in the end zone.
James McCourt with the PAT, and Deuce Spann, the former, going down 14-0 early to Virginia here in Charlottesville. Getting set for the kickoff. What an absolutely perfect day for really anything here in Charlottesville, but why would you want to be anywhere else but here in Scott Stadium, which is where we are and where the commissioner is. Jim Phillips joins us right now. We thought we would dress up the shop by going on cam and having Commissioner Phillips here with us. Welcome inside the booth. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Chris and Mark.
Well, let's talk about the Alliance, because this is something that is a little bit, I don't want to say sketchy, but a lot of people don't know that much about the details of it. So flesh it out for us, if you will, especially given the fact that we have a Big Ten team here in town today.
Absolutely. First, let me just say, we still pray for all those victims and families on September 11th, the 20th anniversary. But the Alliance is something that is really, I think, going to take some incredible shape as we move forward. When you talk about the unsteadiness that we have right now in college athletics, it's a chance to partner 41 schools. 32 of those are top 100 research institutions, 27 AAU schools. So there's great stability when you have partners. The three things that I think you're going to see spin off of it is, one is a chance to collaborate, student-athlete welfare, student-athlete experience, best practices. The second piece is legislation, an opportunity to really have influence about the future of college athletics. And the third is scheduling, right? A chance to go from East Coast to West, from North to South, and really create some terrific new competition inventory games.
Are you thinking 1-2 games a year? Because you've got obviously your conference schedule, then you've got to work in an FCS game here and there. How many games can we talk and think about? Maybe if Virginia's your team, how many games against Big Ten and Pac-12 opponents can we expect?
As you stated, scheduling is done 5, 6, 7 years out, and it just depends on what institution. But I think the goal would be down the road to have a regular consistency of 2 non-conference games against the other 2 within the Alliance. That'll take some time, and it'll be one contractual opportunity at a time. one season at a time. But we'll be able to do some basketball things and then work our way through Olympic sports.
Yeah, we just, when you look at the state of the ACC right now, how much growth opportunity do you see for what it is right now? Obviously, basketball very dominant. Football is getting back to where it wants to be. How much growth do you see an upside for the ACC?
An awful lot. I mean, as far as our membership, I love our 14 football playing schools and our 15 schools that play all the other sports within the conference. We're in a great footprint, a great area within the country. We stretch the boundaries of the East and go into the Midwest. So I think you're always looking at opportunities, but I think this alliance creates stability and a chance to expand at the same time.
Let's check on this play here. Keaton Thompson with a nice catch on the Brennan Armstrong delivery, but we do have a flag down.
Holding. Defense.
Defensive holding. And that will be declined, and it will be. So a nice play by Keaton Thompson. You got to love not only the weather, you got to love the fact that we've got fans back here at Scott Stadium and the performance by the Cavaliers here early.
Absolutely. Virginia's sneaky good. Some of us saw them play last week. They have a better defense than maybe people projected, and offensively, they're really difficult to prepare for.
Fun to watch, too, on offense, aren't they? As we see Thompson here now, the football player in motion. Now in the backfield, he's going to carry the ball and gets a good opening and spins his way still on his feet and picks up a first down. Great individual effort.
How about that fight? Wow. Good job, Keaton Thompson, refusing to go down. He runs angry, Chris. It's like he gets the ball in his hands, and every single step is with purpose. Really, really good job.
Coach and I talked about how he put on weight in the weight room in the offseason so he could take the banging that you were going to receive when you carry the football and you block on every down. And he's more of an every down player now. He's not just that slash that comes in 4, 5, 6 times a game. You see him in all the time. And here's Armstead again, another quarterback slash player in motion, but the handoff and a lot of room. Inside the 15, down to the 14 goes Devin Harrington, the grad transfer from Harvard.
We talked about eye candy earlier, Chris. UVA, they're the king of the candy. Everything shows screen out to the left and hand off the ball at the middle. Couple pulling guards. Really good job of finding that hole. This transfer out of Harvard. He's got brains and brawny and speed.
I was going to ask Commissioner Phillips, you don't really usually get a lot of Harvard graduates to a lot of schools around the country that want to come to your school. That's something that you can certainly put a feather in your cap for. Thompson in motion. Armstrong to throw, going to the end zone. Has Wicks again, this time right in the pylon. Just a little too far, and good coverage from Witherspoon.
Yeah, good coverage from Witherspoon. Witherspoon had a very similar play versus UTSA last week in that fourth quarter. Again, it feels like Illinois has settled down a little bit defensively. UVA is still moving the ball, but those plays that were wide open in that first quarter for UVA haven't been as easy to come by.
All right, second down and 10. Thompson in the backfield. Kemp in motion, along with everybody else.
Armstrong splits out wide.
Including Armstrong, who's now wide. Everybody's in motion. Thompson to carry it. He's going to pick up, give him maybe 5 yards as he's able to push the pile. Just wrapping things up with Commissioner Jim Phillips. And what's your Saturdays like? I mean, for us, we're calling games, and when we call an 11 a.m. start, that means we have the rest of the day to watch football. Are you glued to what's going on, sun up to sundown?
Absolutely. This is game 8 in 7 days, including last weekend. Was in Durham last night. Duke had a really nice win against North Carolina A&T here this afternoon. We'll get in front of my television set as fast as I can to watch the afternoon and evening games.
We'll be right there with you. Fake the reverse. Keaton puts his head down and picks up a couple of yards on third down. It's going to bring up an interesting 4th down here for Bronco Mendenhall and Robert and I in terms of what they want to do. Commissioner Phillips, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
Chris and Mark, really appreciate all you do. This network is strong, and your talent absolutely each and every game comes out, and we appreciate you telling the story of college football and specifically ACC college football.
Thanks. We look forward to working with you in the years to come.
Thanks so much.
Commissioner Jim Phillips, headset off as he goes off to make his rounds to watch the rest of this game and the rest of the day in college football on the ACC. Justin Dunkelin to try the field goal. Now we get a flag and the whistle before the snap. Let's check this call. This could be important.
Prior to the ball being snapped, False start. Kicking team number 52.
More important if it was against Illinois, but it's
Fourth
against
down.
Virginia, so the Cavaliers will move back 5 yards, and Dunkel will have another shot at it.
Yeah, and interesting, that's been 2 false starts on kicking opportunities for UVA. First one was on a punt, this one on a field goal. That went through. Let's see if he can repeat and knock this one through 5 yards farther back.
So it's now officially 31 for Dunkel. He missed in his first attempt earlier today, and he misses on this one. Wide right. Illinois is just hanging in there in this game. Things are looking better and better for the Illini. Down 7 is Bronco Lord in that last drive. Jalen Johnson has a little bit more on this Illini team playing with inspiration today.
Yes, this Illini team is still dealing with the loss of one of its guys, Bobby Roundtree, who passed away in July of this year. He was paralyzed back in 2019 when he jumped off of a boat in the waters near Florida. And I talked to some of his teammates, and they said that he was so inspiring to them, and they had never seen him fight as hard as he was when he wasn't in a jersey. They said it inspired them to do well, and then they run on the field all this year and for the rest of time with the 97 strong flag just to carry that legacy onto this field.
Yeah, it's a sad yet inspiring story for this Illini team, playing with heavy hearts but playing for their fallen teammate. And now trying to put together another drive. Sikowski now out of the backfield finds Jakari Norwood, who picks up a nice gain on first down. It's about 4 yards. Deep at tailback, Illinois is. I mean, we've already seen Chase Brown, who's healthier this week than we've seen him. The young freshman Josh McCray throwing Jakari Norwood there. We saw Reggie Love, and Mike Epstein is hurt. He won't be playing today. The veteran that Illinois fans have seen over the years, but they've got a lot of depth at that spot.
Yeah, Chase Hayden, the other Chaser running back, he's back too and provides some of that slot work. But Brett Bielema, he talked about that deep running back room as one of the reasons why he was very excited about this roster. And they've gotten involved in the pass game more so than the run game so far here.
Brown tries to find a crease, not much there, give him a couple of yards. Antonio Clary there to make the stop. So a little bit of momentum for Illinois that can go by the wayside if they go 3 and out here and have to give the ball right back to Virginia with 5 minutes left to go in this half.
Yeah, this Virginia defense has played relatively soft on third down, only rushed 3 or 4 every single time. Started off the game 0 for 3 on third down, Illinois did. They've converted their last 3. See if UVA brings pressure.
Come with just 3. So Sikowski has time but can't find any open receivers. Will try to get it on his own. Stuck his head in there but came up just a little bit shy. Jackson and Alonzo there to make the stop for Virginia. And yeah, he's going to be a yard short.
Yeah, he's going to be a yard short. Good job by UVA's defense, understanding the line to gain right at that 30. See, Nick Jackson didn't attack. He kind of waited for him to make sure they made the tackle right before the line to gain. UVA's had problems on special teams with some penalties when they've been kicking. Got to make sure they don't jump off sides and give Illinois a free first down.
And this is when you have a weapon like Blake Hayes at punter, and he's so valuable. 4 minutes left to go in the half. You want to be able to pin Virginia deep. We do have a flag on the play as Kemp makes the fair catch at his own 32. Let's check on the marker.
Yeah, it looks like false start on Illinois. UVA will probably make them re-kick that ball just to give a return opportunity.
Illegal formation, kicking team. 5 men in the backfield. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down and 10, Virginia. Full media timeout.
Illegal formation against Illinois.
Decided to actually tack it on the end of the run. It has not been as great a day for punter Blake Hayes, but not
of the game on fire. It has cooled down a bit. We'll try and do something with his legs, and patient running. That's him a good 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, Bronco Mendenhall has got to be talking to his special teams. Tell me, we have to capitalize on these drives. We get down inside the red zone. We got to stop giving up penalties, making long kicks for our field goal kicker. That's 6 points. That could be a 20-7 game, but right now, this game is tight. One play, tides are turned.
Kemp on the push pass. He is electric with the ball in his hands, and he picks up a first down. And just like that, they're in Illinois territory.
And what a push up front by this Virginia offensive line. Look at the right side of the offensive line. 72, 69, 55, 85. All these guys are 10, 20 yards downfield. No wonder there's room to run for Billy Kemp on that sweep. And this is an offensive line that is filled with seniors. You talk about 20, 30 starts for about 3 or 4 of these guys up front. Very experienced.
Rolling the pocket, Armstrong downfield, Kemp on the comeback pattern. Easy pitch and catch right on the sideline, and another first down. Plenty of time, too, just under 3 minutes in this first half, and Virginia's on the move.
Billy Kemp just ran a fantastic route. He's on the Biletnikoff watch list, nation's best receiver. A little bit undersized, 5'9", 175, but he runs routes so well that you see him lined up outside. He can line up inside. He's taking the jet sweep. I mean, he's such a dynamic player that's developed for this UVA team.
To see him with double-digit catches in a game is not something that's out of the ordinary. He gets so involved. Now Armstrong to the tight end. There he is again, slips a tackle. Jelani Woods with a first down. You said it during the break. Why don't we get number 0 more involved if you're Virginia? And on this drive, sure enough, there he is.
Yeah, and he's being covered by Derek Smith, the strong safety, who's 6'2", 220 pounds, and he looks small compared to Jelani Woods. I mean, that's a big safety, but Jelani Woods, I mean, he's next level in terms of size, and you saw the strong hands catching traffic and turned upfield. Now an unbalanced formation for UVA.
Thompson in motion, the fake to him. Armstrong will keep a design quarterback run, and a nice job reading the play by Devin Witherspoon, who comes up from his cornerback spot to make the stop for a loss of 2.
Yeah, Devin Witherspoon, really good job rebounding after a couple soft coverages in that first quarter. A big play on that last series in the end zone. Good job coming up and making a tackle. There's a flag down. Bronco Mendenhall's consulting with the officials about. Looks like a legal formation possibly.
Even if Virginia declines the call, Mendenhall wants to show the officials that it's not illegal. This is why it's legal, and let me tell you why, although we might be here for a while if you wanted to go through all the maturations.
Looks like they picked up the flag. So he made his point.
Second down. Plenty of time, lots of time for Armstrong. Now he's chased. He can run it if he wants to inside the 10, and he steps out of bounds at about the 6.
Man, I thought Armstrong was bottled up. I didn't think he'd be able to get outside. And you talk about a savvy veteran. I mean, a guy who understands how to use the pump fake, just having his right hand off the football, slows down a defense just enough for him to reach that edge. That was a huge play. Now it's 3rd and 4, and we've seen 2 missed field goals with Billy Kemp in the backfield. Look to get 5 wide receivers out. Try to pick up this first down.
Thompson in motion. Now he's under center. Now he stays in motion. They can get a first down at the 2. Going for the touchdown, and they get it. Wicks, his 2nd touchdown reception of the day. Wahoo's back in business.
And hats off to Robert Anai and his self-scout. Last week, we saw a very similar formation. We saw Keaton Thompson come under center and go for a quarterback sneak. This time, it was balked it, right? That's what they call in baseball, where the pitcher starts to throw the ball and pulls it back. He balked him and left a wide open Wicks in the end zone. We asked Anai, said, how do you like being creative? He goes, well, I guess I'm creative. He is creative. Used it on that play for a touchdown.
He has shown that creativity all day today, and his quarterback with depth skill directing the Cavs down the field. 21-7 Virginia. 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks in the first half here today. 3 touchdowns, 251 yards for the Virginia signal caller, and we still have a half of football left to play. Dunkel through the back of the end zone. And Illinois will take over with 1:17 left to go in the first half. Jordan Cornette back in studio. What's coming up at the half?
Thanks, Cotter. Coming up on the Auto Owners Insurance Halftime Report, Redemption Week underway in the ACC. We update you on Pitt, Tennessee, and what's going on in that one, and also what the Pack need to do if they want to stay perfect down in Stark Vegas. Back to the most physically imposing booth in all of college football.
That's
you know
right.
it, JC. I got to give love to the guys back there, too. Coach Richt and Eric McLean, E.J. Manuel. I failed to mention McLean last week, and he got upset. And if there's one thing you don't ever want to do, it's upset Eric McLean.
No. He's also such a nice guy. It's
no
like,
question.
You just feel guilty.
You feel guilty and you might feel pain.
Right, that's true. Pain later, guilty now. Called a great game last night, the Duke game.
Sikowski trying to get something done here in the final minute. Complete out to the outside. That's Navarro. Makes the catch.
The 2-minute drives last week were where Sikowski really settled in. He found his rhythm, went into halftime, and came out of halftime with some more confidence. And then towards the end of the game, they started getting their explosive wide receiver, number 1, Isaiah Williams, involved in the game. See if he makes a difference on this 2-minute drive.
Clock winding down, now 49 seconds and stopped.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 51 seconds. And we'll start on my signal.
Putting 2 more seconds on the clock.
51 seconds.
51. I'm reading Jeff Cervinsky's lips, our referee.
Thank you.
Coach Bielema wants an explanation.
And look at number 1. He's in the slot towards the top of the screen. It's Isaiah Williams.
All 3 timeouts on the board for the Illini. Quick pass to Navarro again. Picks up about 5, and now I imagine that Illinois is going to have to use one of those timeouts, and they do.
They're first. 30 seconds.
They have a heck of a kicker in James McCourt, too. He has 6 50-yard field goals in his career, including 2 already this season, so he can bomb it.
Yeah, that's not bad. They have 2 kickers that are really, really good. Obviously, you mentioned McCord, and then Blake Hayes, dominant punter.
Right, here's our Sunday best for tomorrow. We'll feature the field hockey match between number 24, James Madison, number 14, Wake Forest at noon, followed by the Sunshine State women's soccer match between USF and Miami, right here on the ACC network and on the ESPN app, of course. So 2 timeouts on the board for Illinois, trailing by 14 here with 41 seconds left in the first half. There you see James McCourt, young man from Ireland. Groza, award candidate. Sikowski, he's got all kinds of time. Now the pocket collapses on him and he's sacked. Hunter Stewart brought him down.
Really good effort by Hunter Stewart, the Mike linebacker for this team. Filling in for Zane Zandier, who left. You see on the bottom of the screen, good job using his hands against the offensive tackle. Number 13 just slides right underneath. Tries to get the ball out, but big sack brings up a 3rd and long. A yard line to gain is the 36-yard line on the other side of the 50. That would set up a 53-yard field goal for James McCourt, which he banged through versus UTSA last week.
Got to convert here on 3rd down first, 3rd and 6. Pressure up the middle. Noah Taylor's going to bring him down. Now, if you're Virginia, do you call timeout here?
I think you do. You want to try to give your return man an opportunity to make a play. However, they're going to be satisfied going into halftime up by 14 points off the back of Noah Taylor, coming up with the 2nd sack in a row for this team.
Brett Bielema and the Illini on the road. Early start for them, and it didn't start very well. Down 14-0 early. The Illini fought back to make a game of it, but that last scoring drive by the Cavaliers and then a defensive stop near midfield. If you're just joining us, great day for football here in Charlottesville. Brennan Armstrong, the Virginia quarterback, 251 yards and 3 touchdowns passing in the first half, staking the Cavaliers to this 2-touchdown lead. Dunkel kicks it off. And Navarro will let it go out of the end zone for a touchback. Time now for today's game refresh, brought to you by Subway. There you see it right on the top line, Mark. I mentioned Armstrong. He really was the story in that first half.
Yeah, in that second bullet point, the 20-plus yard plays. You see UVA with 6 of them. They have harped on big plays. Now, Illinois, they got to get that number up. If they want to win this game, they got to start putting pressure on Virginia's secondary down the field, and then defensively, big stop with those 2 sacks in the last series. Last time we saw UVA defense before half.
Sitkowski now the fake to McCray. Nice catch by Williams. Makes one man miss. This is what he does in traffic. Bangs into his own man, but stays on his feet for a first down after a gain of 14 yards. Jalen Johnson had the opportunity to speak with Brett Bielema.
I did. I talked to him and I asked him, Coach, did the early start time maybe have a little reason for why you guys started slowly? And I'm paraphrasing. He said, no, we just started badly. And I asked him what he likes from his quarterback, Art, and he said he thinks he started a little erratic in the first half, but he says that once he gets into a rhythm, he'll be A-okay.
Nice job on the paraphrase there, Jalen. This early family show, family hour.
Yep.
But Bielema with an opportunity here, and we showed in the first half, Mark, the graphic where they did not have any success on first down. Well, that's nice on first down right there to be able to pick up a nice chunk play. And here's another one.
Yeah, they're really good job by the right side of that offensive line. First, they did a good job of getting out on that little swing pass to Isaiah Williams on that first down play. And then on the following first down play, really drove UVA's left side of their defensive line back off the ball. Good pickup on the ground. And Bielema talked about staying ahead of the chains, right? Staying ahead of the downs. This is exactly what he's talking about. 2nd and 2 right now. To me, this is a perfect opportunity for a play-action deep ball shot, because if you miss it, it's 3rd and 2. Very manageable.
Norwood with the carry again. Big hole. Takes advantage of a blocker in front of him. Inside the 40, down near the 35.
Well, that works too. You can keep it on the ground and pick up a big play. Look at the pulling, guard, and tackle. 79 and 55, leading up on the safety, getting all the way to Joey Blunt. Good job of reading the offensive lineman by Jakari Norwood. Big gain to pick up the first down.
Norwood stays in there. This time play fake to him. Sitkowski going up top. And he's going to overshoot his receiver. We do have a flag on the play. So Williams was the intended receiver, and Anthony Johnson defending just got a little bit too much of him as they were streaking down the sideline.
Yeah, Anthony Johnson did a good job of turning his head around.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic.
Let's see if he got some
first
contact
down.
right there with that left arm, pushing on the shoulder pad. That's enough to change the course of the wide receiver. And anytime you restrict his movement or change his course like that physically down the field, that's a good call by the officials. And you see Isaiah Williams being targeted multiple times on this drive to start the second half.
Give to Chase Brown. He's got blockers in front of him. Inside the 10, will he get to the pylon? He will! What a drive by Illinois to start this second half.
And that's a statement by Brett Bielema and this Illinois offense. They understood the problems that they had in the first half. Something must have been said at halftime. Really good job by the offensive line, continually getting up to that next level. And let's see if he stepped out of bounds. Right foot is in, left foot is in, right foot is in. That's a touchdown. Welcome back, Chase Brown. They are happy to have you on the field.
Chase Brown, 3rd team All Big Ten last year. Keeps Illinois in it. Just when you think Illinois might be down a little bit, it's gut check time. They did it with a drive in the first half, and they open up this second half with a nice network primetime matchup presented by Geico. Jacksonville State squaring off against FSU all day on the ACC network. Took Illinois a minute or 2 minutes and 1 second to score coming out of the halftime locker room, and Chase Brown 21 yards for the touchdown. Once again, after being down 14, Illinois strikes back. How do they score on this play?
Yeah, Chase Brown's going to be one to make the stat sheet, but watch the offensive line. You see number 55, the left guard, and number 75, the right guard, pull around and get up on the linebackers. Really good job. Chase Brown wasn't even touched as he got around the edge. The linebackers, number 7 and 6, need to bump over to their left against that unbalanced formation. Really good job by Illinois, understanding that UVA was late to adjust. The first time they ran that earlier in the series, coming right back to the same play, just going in the opposite direction and capitalizing with 6 points in the end zone.
Good job blocking on the outside, too, by the receivers. Talapapa into the teeth of that Illinois defense, gets about 2.
The momentum, Chris, of this game has just gone back and forth and back. Obviously, UVA with the fast start, but then after those 2 missed field goals, it gave some life to Illinois, and then it seemed like it swung back to UVA right before half with the 2 sacks, and then this really, really good job answering the call by Brett Bellama's offense.
Armstrong out to Starling. Ball's loose. Out of bounds, though. So a good break by Virginia, for Virginia, as Jake Hansen came over and lowered the boom on Demeek Starling.
Ooh, Jake Hansen.
Ball was full.
Really good, rangy linebacker.
Back to the spot.
Watch number 35 come in right at the end. He laid a hit on the wide receiver. Really good job of getting the ball out. Talk to the coaches. He's a guy that might not be a starter at the next level, but can absolutely be a 4-core guy on special teams. Free play here.
Yeah, free play. Armstrong's going to try and take advantage of it deep. Just could not connect with Rashawn Henry. Taz Nicholson was there in coverage, but there's that eye candy again, and that got Illinois jumpy on the defensive front.
It did. It's hard to believe there wasn't contact on the offensive line.
Offside. Defense. Number 92 in the neutral zone at the snap. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Isaiah Gay offside, and the result is going to be first down for Virginia.
Yeah, and look, Virginia does a good job of just hanging in there. No offensive linemen were touched, even though 2 defensive linemen jumped off sides. And Armstrong understanding it, that is a catchable ball. That was a really, really good throw by Armstrong. Kind of a breakdown situation. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 again after the penalty.
Little razzle-dazzle. Now they're going to throw it to Armstrong, who makes the catch. Cuts back inside, still on his feet down to about the 46.
Well, how about that? Robert and I dialing up another trickeration play. Brennan Armstrong can do it all. Watch how many people touch the football. Quarterback, other quarterback, wide receiver, quarterback gets it again. I mean, how do you defend something like that? Great job.
Nice pass by Dontayvion Wicks, who has 2 touchdown catches in this game, and now a nice pass to convert another first down. Armstrong, more traditionally, over the middle to his tight end. There he is again. That's Woods. Tough to bring down and tough to cover, as we're seeing in the middle. Derek Smith doing his best, but that is a big old wide body out there. 6'7", 265 pounds, and really involved in the passing game today.
I don't know if it's even possible to play bigger than that, but he is playing bigger than that. And one thing I've noticed, too, his hands have gotten softer as the game has gone along. He has more confidence in himself over the middle. Good job catching traffic.
Thompson, he looked to throw. He's going to throw downfield. Just a little miscommunication that time. Defended well. Tony Adams covering Jelani Woods. And that's, you get a corner on the tight end. That's advantage to Illinois, isn't it?
Yeah, and he was double covered as well. To me, that at that point, this play is broken down. But you just see the versatility. So many guys can throw the ball on this team. They love recruiting quarterbacks and turning them into other things. You saw that right there. First, Dontayvion Wicks, and then Keaton Thompson with the ball thrown. 2nd
down and 10. Armstrong now looking to his right. Single coverage, but that's a dangerous pass. Flag down, it's incomplete. We'll check the flag. We're going to get an interference here, and it looks like it's going to go against the defense, and Armstrong is down.
He got hit hard right as he was releasing the football. They don't call him Thorderback for no reason. Thorderback, referencing Thor, God of Thunder. Looks like he's a tough guy out there on the field.
Pass interference, defense number 6. 15-yard penalty on the previous spot. Automatic first down.
T.A. Tony Adams guilty of the infraction here, working on Rashawn Henry, just that left tug.
Yeah, left tug, and here's the pressure. You see him kind of leaping over and then coming down, kind of grabbing that right knee. Have to keep an eye on that, see if that affects how he releases the ball. That for a left-handed quarterback, that's going to be his front knee.
They'll try Talapapa right now in the middle. Maybe a yard for him. As Virginia has a fresh set of downs in the red zone.
Chris, what those deep passes have done too, they loosen up the defense up front. UVA is not going to be a team that's going to run the ball 30 times a game. However, if you can have that deep threat down the field like they've shown, got called pass interference on, that's the possibility of opening up some run lanes for Talapapa.
Again, Talapapa cuts it back inside, has room, down to the 5. First and goal for the Hoos.
And you saw right there, it's exactly what we're talking about. A little bit looser on the defensive front. Created a seam, a vertical seam for Talapapa to get through, and he's such a patient runner and understands leverage of defenders that he's able to bring a defender along with him, cut back, use his blockers. Good job on that first down run. Unbalanced set again.
Mission motion. Talapapa still on his feet, trying to find that goal line and can't do it. Picks up about 3.
Mission motion. Good job, Briss. That's a tongue tie.
Karen and Hansen on the stop.
You just love watching Jake Hansen play. 3-time captain for this Illinois defense. Heartbeat of this team. This D's got to step up right here. Keep UVA out of the end zone as they motion around, shift. Number 0 in the slot, top of your screen.
Kemp in motion. They flare it out to him. Talapapa's in front. He scores.
There are so many offensive threats for this UVA offense. Billy Kemp, this time he capitalizes, but getting Jelani Woods out there in the slot, a big guy in the slot, a lead blocker that you also have to cover. He's shown his prowess catching the football. This time he gets out in front and paves the way for Billy Kemp to catch the swing and get in the end zone. Wahoo-wah! Virginia scores again.
Rashawn Henry out there blocking on the edge. We've seen it from both teams. Receivers doing their jobs, and Justin Dunkel does his on the PAT. The lead is once again 14 for the Virginia Cavaliers. As send it down to Jalen Johnson on the field.
The way that Ronnie feels about his teacher, Miss Garrett, is the same way she feels about him. She said that she is so proud of him of the football aspect. The reason that she brought him to that game and was because he was a leader in her classroom. She said he was a kind person, and the reason that today she is so proud of him. She was one of the first people that knew that Ronnie was coming to UVA. He called her, he goes and talks to her classes, and she's just so proud of them, and their relationship is super, super sweet.
Yeah, it's cool. There's a great picture right there. Is that Ronnie Walker in 8th grade?
Yeah.
When he was at the game. That's him in 8th grade?
Yeah. All the way on the left and the button up.
Yeah.
Or button down, however you want it button.
Sitkowski here on first down, rolling the pocket, being chased. He's just going to have to throw this one away. Hey, Extra Yard for Teachers Week. It's an annual effort led by the College Football Playoff Foundation. It brings college sports together to support and honor great teachers across the country at games and on social media. To learn more about Extra Yard for Teachers, follow CFB Extra Yard. And there's Stephanie Garrett on the right. 8th grade teacher. That's a great story.
I think we all have a teacher at some point in our lives who's been really influential. That's so great that Ronnie Walker was able to acknowledge his teacher. And she's here once again, season ticket holder. She'll be at all these UVA games.
Second down and 10 for Illinois, looking to respond again. Now down 14 points in this game, and Williams gets brought down, knifing in from the secondary is Joey Blunt.
Joey Blunt. Missed a lot of last year with injury. But this is a guy who, to me, is the heartbeat of this team. We talked to Brennan Armstrong, and he's gone against this defense a lot during training camp. He said it's just a different squad when number 29's on the field. And these Wahoo fans are getting loud in Scott Stadium. They understand the importance of this third down. See if their defense can get the ball back for Brennan Armstrong and their offense. Showing pressure.
Come with 4, now 5 off the edge. Sikowski has a little bit of time, but couldn't hit DJ Barker.
What a play in coverage by Noah Taylor. Listed for the first time this week as the X-linebacker. X-linebacker because he's not just a rush end, although he can. He's not just a cover guy, although he can. Look at him drop out, flip his hips, and play DJ Barker so well. That is an impressive play by that outside linebacker, Noah Taylor, the senior out of Silver Spring, Maryland.
Good kick by Hayes. Kemp with the fair catch at his 26-yard line. Makes the grab after a 47-yard kick from Blake Hayes. The lead is 14, Virginia on top. Possession. Now he's back in there. You see the brace on the right knee, but he's throwing again.
Pretty good toss, too.
Hooks up with Keaton Thompson for a gain of about 8. So for more on Brennan Armstrong, let's send it down to Jalen.
Said after that drive, he came off limping. They put him in the tent, covered him up, and checked him out for a little bit, and came back out with that brace on. As he was coming to the field, guys were giving him taps on the chest. And as he told us yesterday, he's competitive, so there was no way he was coming out of this one.
Yeah, put that brace on and get you back out there.
Look at this formation. 3 guys are at that quarterback position.
Now Hollins comes out. Armstrong hits him, flaring out of the backfield. It's enough for a first down.
Tell you what, I can't decide what Brennan Armstrong's better at. When he's in rhythm, in his drop back and can hit his guys, or when the play breaks down. I mean, he can do both so well, and that's a development this year. He has more confidence standing in the pocket and just throwing the football. He kind of defaulted to running previously. A lot more confidence we've seen in him this year.
Another 2-back set. Over the middle, that's Thompson, takes a shot, but he hangs on into Illini territory.
And it's plays like that where Keaton Thompson has developed this year. It's a deep crossing route over the middle. Last year, at times, he'd get a little bit too shallow in the way of the linebackers, but he understands the space and leverage. He understands that, look, I got to set up a little bit so I don't run into number 25. Good job coming down with a big catch for a first down.
Harrington takes the ball, bangs into his own blocker, stays on his feet, and he picks up maybe 2 yards at best.
When we talk to this UVA coaching staff and just how they recruit, they want guys who can do multiple things. You see, he played at Mississippi State 2017, 2018 as a quarterback. However, he spent a lot of time on the bench watching. And what the coaches said is, look, he got here and he kind of had the body of a backup quarterback. He didn't have that same stamina from playing every down. Now he has it, and it's producing.
Hanson chasing Armstead. Maybe a yard, if that. Taz Nicholson eventually brought him down, and Hanson was chasing him. That play didn't have much of a chance.
Illinois defensively has done a good job not letting UVA to get to the perimeter in the run game. One perimeter run that's kind of broke was a scramble by Brennan Armstrong, but other than that, they've protected that edge well, and now at a 3rd and 8 with an empty formation, Brennan Armstrong is gonna have to sit and throw off that bad knee.
Illinois brings pressure up the middle. Kemp makes the catch. Wow. That came on him in a hurry.
Whoa, boy. He almost caught that ball with his face mask.
He might have stuck in there.
If he didn't have a shield on him, it absolutely would have. I mean, that bad boy hit him right in the face. In the face. Look at this. Bam. Such a good job. Armstrong, I mean, this is the ease in which he throws this football the tight release that he has. It's an improvement from just even from last week. He's tightened up the timing in that release. Great job picking up the first.
Empty backfield again. Armstrong going to the end zone. Single coverage. Has his receiver Henry, and Henry's making big plays today.
Yeah, good adjustment on the ball by Henry. But even better pass. Brennan Armstrong, again, impressive. This is a go route. Understanding that the coverage is on top of Henry, his wide receiver. So what am I going to do? I'm going to throw an easy back shoulder fade to him, understanding that we have room towards the sideline. Good spacing on the route, good delivery of the football. Wahoo offense, they are driving. They look back in that first quarter of the rhythm right now.
Fake to Talapapa to the end zone. Incomplete. Wicks was going for touchdown number 3 on the day and just couldn't corral it.
We gotta get another look at that catch. I mean,
Tony Adams on the coverage.
Oh, yeah, the ball does come out right when he goes down.
Looked like it was tipped. Look at that ball, might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. Fluttered a little bit in there. Possible to see from that angle. It's incomplete.
Armstrong split out, bottom of your screen. Thompson taking the snap.
Trying to run it in on his own. Bounces off one would-be tackler and scores!
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's reversing too.
We talk about the quarterback position.
They've had a lot of different
And Bronco Mendenhall said, if anyone thinks that there's a more important spot on the field than the quarterback position, they're a little bit naive. Well, I would argue that Keaton Thompson in that football player position on the depth chart might be just as important to his squad. Fantastic run on the direct snap and just denying defenders the tackle. Great job getting the end zone.
Dunkel's PAT is good. Keaton Thompson 0 for 1 throwing the ball, but doesn't really matter that much. He's got 24 yards rushing. This score gives him 68 yards receiving on the day.
Right, and that Jake Hansen, I mean, that's an experienced, good linebacker, but you look at the strength. You talked about how he developed his body, put on more muscle. I always get worried when running backs, whatever he is, a football player, run high, but he is so good at understanding when contact occurs, either pushing through it or backing off of it. That was a great play.
How do you not run high if you're 6'4"? I mean, he's blessed with that kind of height, so...
No, it's hard. And the thing is, he does it well, right? Some guys run high and just expose the whole body. He does run high, however, he is able to, kind of Cam Newton-esque, where when he feels the contact, he's able to brace himself and either bounce off or bounce out. He did there. And I'll tell you what, that right there, that's the fourth side. You talk about the fourth side, there's offense, defense, special teams, and then UVA calls their sideline the fourth side. And I'll tell you what, they are loving it like ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. That sideline's jumping.
I think we even got Jalen laughing at that one on the sideline. Dunkel kicks it out of the back of the end zone. Virginia with their largest lead of the day at 21 points. We talked about how Brett Bielema bounced back, down 14 on 2 separate occasions earlier, and a gutsy drive to close the disadvantage to 7 points. But here in the third quarter, a couple of scores by Virginia after Illinois took the opening kickoff here in the second half and drove it right down, had a little bit of momentum. Brennan Armstrong said, I'm going to take this momentum right back. McCray just barrels his way. This kid is just like Clay and some of these other big backs that Bielema's had at Wisconsin over the years. Prototypical, give him 6 yards. Time now for our Aflac trivia question. Name the only Pro Football Hall of Fame player coached by Bronco Mendenhall in his career. A lot of years at BYU before coming here to Virginia, an assistant at places like Louisiana Tech, I think Blinn Junior College maybe, or Snow Junior College, I think, out in Utah.
It almost feels like Mendenhall's too young of a coach to have someone in the Pro Football Hall of Fame already.
That's why I was thinking maybe his assistant days back a few years.
Yeah, it must be. This is one that I don't even dare guess at. 3rd and 1. Josh McCray out, the big running back. Chase Brown in the backfield. This is a zone run look.
Sikowski's going to keep it.
I don't know if he
entire
got
team for Virginia there on the tackle, and it looks like, according to the line judge on our side, coming in to spot the ball, he's going to have it. He had to get to the 35.
Yeah. You see the line judge's foot right on that 35-yard line.
Our referee, Jeff Cervinsky, says plenty of space. Kramer comes up limping a little bit. That's not good for Illinois. He's their leader on that offensive line, the center.
UVA defensively did a good job of getting low, but good second effort by Art Sikowski, understanding the importance of that 3rd down and 1.
Fresh set of downs for Illinois. Now we get a flag, and we're going to have
Timeout, Illinois. They're first of the half. 30 seconds.
Going to be a delay of game or maybe a substitution infraction. Too many men breaking the huddle, so Art Sikowski says, I can't snap it, got to call timeout.
Yeah, it's a heads-up play. Our broadcast booth is right next to the offensive coordinators for Illinois, and you see that. Come on, Art.
You see Bielma's displeasure. We heard their displeasure right next to us. Let's answer the Affleck trivia question. The only Hall of Famer coached by that man right there, Bronco Mendenhall, in his career, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think we're going to have to go back a few years and see what the answer is, because I don't know. I have no idea. Brian Urlacher.
Amazing.
See when he was at New Mexico. That's right.
There it is. From one linebacker, Bronco Mendenhall, former linebacker, to another, one of the all-time greats, Brian Urlacher. I mean, he really redefined the way you play cover 2 defense, just the ability of a big linebacker to play that middle of the field so well.
He was kind of a football player at New Mexico.
Yeah.
I think he punted. He did like a bunch of things down there because he was just the best athlete by far on the field.
Yeah, it's crazy. There was a lot of games where he was still the best athlete on the field.
After the timeout, Brown bounces it outside. Tries to utilize a block and does a nice job getting right to the sticks. Joey Blunt was able to bring him down, but that's close to another 1st down. Chase Brown is showing why he was 3rd team All Big Ten last year.
Yeah, you see the patience in his running style, understanding that if he gives a little bit of a step, a little bit of a shoulder twitch inside, you can possibly get those corners trapped. He's done a good job a couple times getting to the edge.
See what our officials are discussing here.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 2. 15-yard penalty.
That's something that you can't have from your All Big Ten running back.
No.
Unsportsmanlike call. So after you have a nice run, you pick up a 1st down, and you go back. You get the 1st down, but you go back 15 yards.
Yeah, and he understands it right now. And you get into the game, you get fired up, you feel like you got a good play. Who knows what was said? Nothing visible really occurred, but it had to be probably something that was voiced. And okay, so he goes down, takes a little bit of a hit. Yeah, something was said right there, right in front of the side judge.
You've been in these games before. A lot of things are said.
You gotta know who the officials are. You can't say it when they're right next to you.
That's Norwood. He almost was able to break free. Picks up 7 yards though, so he got a chunk of those yards back, but still, you talk about behind the chains, you're going to be behind the chains in this situation.
Yeah, you look at the stable of running backs that Illinois have, they all look the same, right? They're all 5'10", between 190, 210. They're all very different skill sets. You saw Jakari Norwood, a little extra burst on that play.
Doug Kramer, who's been banged up a little bit here over the last few plays, the center for Illinois, he's down now. The staff there for the Illini taking a look at him. So on that play before the unsportsmanlike on Chase Brown, he wasn't able to pick up the 1st down.
Right.
So they moved back. It would have been 2nd and 1.
Yep.
So they had to move back 15 yards So now it brings up third and about 11. Tonight at 11 o'clock, speaking of which, join the quartet. Jordan Cornette, Eric McLean, E.J. Manuel, Coach Richt. They'll have the complete breakdown of all 13 ACC games today. It's The Huddle, also live on the ESPN app. So yeah, to clarify, it'll be third and long now.
Yep. Third and long. Illinois, it looks like at times they're really good at getting to the edge of UVA's defense. The offensive line has really started to learn how to run that zone blocking scheme, because they didn't do any of that under the Lovie Smith era. Changed the way they run offenses. They changed the way the blocking scheme is. And right there, Doug Kramer, three-time captain, he really makes it go. Makes all the calls up front. And he's a next-level player in the NFL. Let's hope this injury is nothing serious. Doesn't sideline him for too long.
Walks off under his own power, so that's good. Looks like Julian Pearl is going to come in there. You see him, number 54.
They are not very deep on the offensive line. Julian Pearl is kind of their swing guy. He'll play tackle, he'll go guard.
They'll move Gersati in at center.
Yeah. Gersati, the transfer out of Wofford.
Third down and 11.
Virginia showing pressure at the bottom of your screen. It's number 13, Hunter Stewart, who got to the quarterback already once this game.
Fans here at Scott Stadium on their feet. Pressure coming, they'll get to him. Noah Taylor once again.
Noah Taylor. Great job by defensive coordinator Nick Howell. They put their two best pass rushers, 13 and 7, towards the bottom of the screen, and they understood, look, we got a guy, Blake Gersati, in a new position at offensive center. They attacked him with the loop. Good job flipping your hips, getting around by Noah Taylor, and came up with a huge sack. And those are the types of things that Virginia just didn't have enough of last season. They had the players to do it, but didn't execute. Great job coming up with a couple sacks this game in key situations.
Hayes drives Kemp back inside his 30, where he makes the catch. Angles his way out of bounds. Armstrong coming back in.
I mean, Brennan Armstrong, we talked 339 yards last week. We said, man, this guy can't get much better. Well, he's got 333 already today and 4 touchdowns, and he's been efficient. He's been able to find the open man. He's had so much time in the pocket. This offensive line, this quarterback, and the wide receivers have all been working in tandem. There is a very, very optimistic feeling in this stadium right now, watching number 5 behind center.
Talapapa. Kalen Tolson makes the stop. Gain of a couple of yards. We're in the final minute of this third quarter. You got to think with a lead like Virginia has in the fourth quarter, we're going to see a lot of Talapapa. He can do everything, but he's not the type of guy who's going to break off a 70-yard run mark. But if you need ball security, you need a running back to move the chains, get you 3, 4, 5 yards. There are very few better than him in the ACC.
Yeah, and he's in the backfield with their better pass catcher, Mike Hollins, right now. They started going to this 20 set. Two running backs, no tight ends. You have a whole different package out of here, and this is a pass set.
Has a receiver. That's Wicks. Wow. Makes the catch.
It's hard to imagine that Brennan Armstrong can hit every single one of these deep balls. I mean, there hasn't been one that I remember seeing that has been off target or too far behind. Really, really good job in accuracy. Finding Dontayvion Wicks down the sideline.
The fake to Talapapa. Armstrong to throw. Has time. Hits Kemp. Watch out. Boy, Kemp just avoided a big hit. Witherspoon brings him down, but Tariq Barnes was eyeing a leveling hit. And I mean, Billy Kemp, 5'9", 175 pounds. He avoids those hits because he's so small.
Yeah, and he's slippery. You see him adjusting his shoulder pads. I could take that hit. That was going to be a licking that Tariq Barnes was going to put on him. A good job. Again, just so much time back there. No pass rush at all from Illinois.
Talapapa tries to spin inside. Still on his feet. That's a good run to pick up what he can. It's still on his feet.
Ooh, ball out.
Now the ball came out. Hansen comes out of there with it. The whistle didn't blow.
And they're saying it's a turnover.
Yes, it is. Fumble recovered by the Illini and Jake Hansen. So while Talapapa was giving effort number 3 and 4,
first down and 10.
the ball was stripped, and let's take a look at the replay. Just as I say Talapapa is the ball security option in the fourth quarter, he puts the ball on the carpet. He's on a...
The ruling on the field.
And look, it's Hansen
is under
who feels him still up and rips the ball out. Hansen has 10, now 11 career forced fumbles.
He's on top of Barnes, so he hasn't hit the ground yet.
Yeah.
And then the ball comes out, and the ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Illinois, so you're going to have to see more than that to change it. I don't know if we see enough. We'll get the final call when we come back.
Hansen rips the ball out, then recovers his own forced fumble. He now has 11 forced fumbles in his career at Illinois, tying Whitney Merciless as the second most ever by a player at Illinois.
Such a great name.
Such a great name.
Whitney Merciless.
Who's got Simeon Rice has 13. He's the leader.
Sikowski. Now you get it to Williams in space. Makes a couple of men miss. That's what he does. Former quarterback Isaiah Williams, recruited by everybody to be a receiver or a running back, wanted to play quarterback, came to Illinois. Then during the spring, towards the end of spring practice, he went to the coaches and said, I want to switch to receiver, and they loved that because he just showed you his special skill set right there. Illinois wants to move fast. Sikowski to the outside, connects with Casey Washington.
Illinois is really not a tempo team. However, it does seem like Art Sikowski is more efficient when they're going, no huddle or quick and just throwing the ball. His 2-minute drives have been really productive, and they're kind of in that situation right now.
Yeah.
Started the fourth quarter down 21 points.
And if Virginia isn't expecting it, that's something right there. Cavaliers come with 4. Oh, nice pass. That was right where it needed to be, and Casey Washington couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that's one Casey Washington would love to have back. Good ball by Art Sikowski. They understood what UVA was doing defensively, playing a little cover 2. Got Anthony Johnson sitting down in the flat. Good ball in the space between the safety and the corner. And then able to come down from it. Come down with it, rather.
Second down and 10. That's Sandy in motion. Now back outside in the slot. Pressure on the outside, picked up. Sikowski's got room to run. Ball fake and gets down. I don't even know if I'd call that a slide. That's more like a fall.
That's one of those things that, when you know you're going to be a starter, you go to slide school in the offseason. You learn how to slip and slide, get down.
When you're 6'5", 225, sliding is not the easiest thing.
It's a long way down.
Right. It's a lot of body to get to slide. Chase Brown in the backfield. Yeah, 3rd and 4. Illinois needs to turn that turnover into points. And they got to convert here to keep the drive going. Low and converted. That's not going to be, that's close. Depends on where it's marked. I don't think it's enough. That's right at the marker. DJ Barker makes the catch, and the officials rule. They don't even measure it. They say it's a first.
Yeah, it looks like that little orange marker was a little bit farther down the field than the sticks. Good job on the low pass. Noah Taylor, again, dropping out in coverage. Art Sikowski put it right where his receiver could catch it, and no one else.
Another quick pass underneath. This time Washington makes the catch, but Nick Jackson is right there to make the stop. Gain of 2.
Yeah, that's it. Gain of 2, however. The offensive coordinator is going to be up in the box looking. There was a wide open guy downfield. Isaiah Williams got behind the defense. See if they go back to that play at all. Hit him on the corner route.
Sikowski steps up. Knocked away. Washington almost had this one. Defended nicely by Nick Grant and Anthony Johnson, both on the play.
Flags are coming in. Got the helmet off in the backfield.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 94 That's his first of the ball game. The 15-yard penalty includes an automatic first down.
Junior out of Honolulu, guilty of the infraction. That's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one. Giving Illinois more opportunities. See this ball. Good job by Nick Grant making contact, and then right there at the end of the play, it looks like number 72, Jack Badaviak, is laying on top of
into the end zone.
The defender.
Batted away. I thought Nick Grant might have had a play on that. That was a dangerous pass. Sikowski dumped on the play, and the official having a word with Mandy Alonso, although no flag down.
Oh, man. Well, Nick Grant, good break on the football. If Art Sikowski had seen his receiver just a little bit sooner, right there, that's where he would have been wide open. Nick Grant, good adjustment on the football. Hit on Mandy Alonso. Tell you what, NFL these days, that would be called roughing the passer, driving him into the ground. Nonetheless, UVA brings pressure.
Sikowski underneath. That one is incomplete. And a nice job by Anthony Johnson. The Louisville transfer has been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, he really has. And they've been excited about Anthony Johnson coming into his own in this game. Had a couple good plays, but watch how he's able to fit his hand right in on that left arm of Danny Navarro, just separating the hand from the football. And again, Wahoo Nation is on their feet as it brings up 3rd and 10. Watch number 7, Noah Taylor. He's dropping in the middle.
Pressure up the middle. Sikowski almost intercepted, but it's caught by the tight end, and a flag is down. Barker stepped out of bounds after he caught the ball, and you get a flag right near where the catch was made.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be on Casey Washington, number 14, as a illegal block downfield. However, to me, if I'm an official, the contact by Anthony Johnson, contact by Casey Washington.
Pass interference, offense, number 14.
Might have ignored that.
Blocking downfield on the play.
There was
penalty from the previous spot.
It was initiated by Casey Washington. You're taught as a defender, if you have body position, a wide receiver can't just run through you, can't push you out of the way. So kind of like taking a charge in basketball. Really what Anthony Johnson did there. Brings up 3rd and 25 after a really remarkable catch by DJ Barker.
A tough series for Casey Washington. That penalty moves Illinois way back. Yeah, 3rd and 25.
Yeah, and we saw Tom Brady a couple nights ago in a similar situation, getting enough yards for a field goal. Let's see exactly what Illinois is doing.
Barker won't get nearly enough.
Really interesting. We talked to Brett Bielema last night. He referenced that New England, or I almost said New England Patriots with Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay game where they were in the very similar situation, knew how many yards they had to get just to have 3 points. Right now, this is a situation where they need more than 3 points to make a difference in this game. So this is 4th down and 20.
Pressure coming, chasing Sikowski, gets away from it. Now he'll look downfield and can't connect with his receiver, Williams. Brett Bielema frustrated. Barker is as well. Virginia up big.
Full media.
ISAP 22s. Thank you for your service, Brendan. Lieutenant General Chuck Petey at the coin toss today. Saw the flag unfurling by men and women of our armed services. The band, a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner, and choir here at Virginia. Beautiful day for football. A beautiful day to remember those who lost their lives on 9/11. Unless we never forget. Wayne Talapapa up the middle. Gain of about 9 yards on 1st down. He'll look for retribution on this drive after putting the ball on the carpet on the last one.
Yeah, how about that mindset too, Bronco Mendenhall? Understanding the leadership that Talapapa brings to the team. He fumbled the last time he touched the ball. Let's give it right back to him. Let everybody know that he's still got confidence in his senior captain out there.
Armstrong, the fake to Talapapa like he's had all day to throw it. Jelani Woods.
Got him.
This is Jelani Woods coming out party today.
Absolutely. I mean, anytime you get man-to-man with a size mismatch just like that, watch, you got number 45 trying to cover the 6'7", 270-pound tight end, and you see the speed. It's not just physicality. Jelani Woods able to break away, create separation, makes an easy throw for his quarterback.
5 catches, 122 yards, and a touchdown. Now fake to Ronnie Walker. Again, all day to throw, and has a receiver over the middle. Look at Thompson going up to get it. Down to the 1-yard line.
Could have been intercepted.
It is intercepted.
Wow, what a play.
Kirby Joseph took it away from Thompson.
Wow. Yeah, Brennan Armstrong's limping a little bit on that right knee, but man, that ball was in the hands of Keaton Thompson.
Ruling on the field is an interception.
It was just stolen away by Kirby Joseph. You see here, the ball comes in, and there it's bouncing around, and Kirby Joseph with that right arm is able to haul it in. Fantastic play of playing the receiver's hands, going up with the football and coming down.
Almost a remarkable catch by Keaton Thompson.
He came down with the ball. And the only bad thing for Illinois is that they got the ball at their own 1-yard line.
Sikowski with the give. That's Brown, picks up 5 yards. Blunt brings him down, but they get a little bit of breathing room now.
And again, if there's one area that UVA wants to address after this game defensively, it's going to be the edge of that defense. Being stout on the edges. Again, really good push up front. Allowed it to escape out the side.
Sikowski just had to throw that one away, had some time, but couldn't find an open receiver. I think that's been the difference in this game between these two passers. Sikowski's had some time, he just can't find anybody open, whereas when Armstrong has time, he finds somebody that gets open. There's Armstrong riding the bike right now. He's had that knee issue after getting sacked in the 3rd quarter. There he is with Thompson. Now a 3rd and 5 for Sikowski. Virginia shows pressure up the middle. Here they come. Gets it to Williams, but they can't connect.
And you talked about the coverage on the back end, Chris. Even though there might be time, even though that blitz was picked up well, Virginia's defensive backfield has been all over the wide receivers of Illinois. Really good job. That's Devontae Cross playing in that nickel cornerback position. Really good job of playing the ball in the air. And when we talk about coverage ability from the secondary, both safeties that UVA is starting, both started out as corners here at UVA. So they understand leverage, they understand man-to-man coverage skills, and allows UVA to do a bunch of different things defensively and pressure up front.
Kemp from his 50. Dancing around, nowhere to go, out of bounds at the 47. Words are exchanged. Flags remain in pockets. Armstrong's had a good day. 26 of 35, 402 yards and 4 touchdowns. Does have just that one pick.
Yeah, I think a good day might be an understatement. He has had a fantastic day, and really it's been led by the emergence of Jelani Woods, their big tight end, with 5 receptions for 122 yards through the air. But you see 9 receivers have been involved. He has spread the ball around, and the amount of players who can be playmakers for Brennan Armstrong, I mean, the list just goes on and on and on, and he's found pretty much every single one of them during this game.
3 of his teammates join him in the backfield. Here's Hollins. Pickup of close to 5 yards and a late flag, several of them.
Yeah, it's getting,
after the whistle, yeah.
Getting chippy down there on the field, Chris, and players understand the importance of this game. I mean, this is not a rivalry by any means. I mean, you mentioned it in the open, Illinois has never played a game in Virginia. However, they understand the importance of these non-conference.
Defense, number 92. That's his first of the ball game. 15-yard penalty includes an automatic first down.
Isaiah Gray with the unsportsmanlike conduct. It's fine 92 in the middle there.
He's on the top side here with Nelson.
Yep. A little late. A lot late.
Tack on 15 yards. And Virginia is once again knocking on the door. Hollins and Mish in the backfield. Armstrong all kinds of time. Up into the air. That one's going to be intercepted. Witherspoon picks it off. He comes the other way. That's Martin, rather, not Witherspoon. But this one's got to be coming back with the flag right at the point of attack there. And another flag, too. 2 flags on the field. Lots of laundry being thrown all over the place here at Scott Stadium these last few plays. We had a very clean game in the first half and not as much here in the second.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 31. The 15-yard penalty includes an automatic first down. During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside Bach. Number 91. That penalty is declined. First down and 10.
So a first down after the interference call against Devon Witherspoon.
Yeah,
nullifying the interception.
Right, and it wasn't that front hand that made contact with the ball. You saw where the flag came in. It came from the back judge, so
the block in the black
it was that
on the
right
defense.
arm that got.
Therefore, the penalty is declined. First down and 10, Virginia.
Penalty declined. Just reiterating that. It was that right arm that kind of hooked behind the wide receiver.
Coach Bielema trying to figure something out. He, of course, was a defensive tackle under Hayden Fry at Iowa. Coach under Barry Alvarez. Coach under Bill Snyder. I mean, some greats. Had a great run at Wisconsin, won 3 Big Ten championships, 5 years at Arkansas before these last couple of years in the NFL as an assistant. Now back in the college game, trying to figure something out defensively on how to stop this juggernaut Virginia offense. Another flag.
Yeah, there's going to be people start getting booted from this game if this continues. And this one looks like it's on Tariq Barnes. And again, a lot of it's verbal.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 44. That's his first of the ball game. The penalty be enforced half the distance to the goal line and include an automatic first down.
Demonstrating an uppercut. Let's hope that didn't happen. C44 right in the back. Oh, there's a smush. Yep. Head right to the back of Mike Hollins' head. And you see the emotion that Tariq Barnes is showing. Younger player, sophomore out of Memphis, Tennessee. Been playing really well, led the team in tackles last week. Can't do that.
Talapapa falls forward now for about a yard.
Brett Bielema's a guy, you know, he's seen it all. I mean, he's been a head coach at the highest level. Been through the ring. You mentioned all the guys he's played for. The chippiness that we see out here right now from his guys, that's something I got faith in Brett Bielema to be able to kind of rein that in, get these guys focused up, but you see kind of the frustration, right? This program is used to losing, but to me, this kind of fight at the end, it shows that they're not okay with losing, and I think that's something that Bielema is going to appreciate. And if you can harness that energy in the correct way, that can go a long way for the future of this program.
Yeah, that's the key, is to be able to do that in the right way and be composed when you get into the second half of games, because this team's rebuilding and they've got some nice pieces, but for this year and probably for next year, they're going to be on the wrong side of some of these games in Big Ten play.
Yeah. we've seen some good. You've seen the offensive line, especially towards the edge, get some good push. It's been the firepower of UVA offensively. It's just been unmatched by Illinois.
Armstrong again under center. Trying to get out to Talapapa, and he scores. Career high 5 touchdown passes for Brennan Armstrong. That's, I mean, that's and 7 on the year now in 2 games.
That's pretty good. Yeah, we talked to him in meetings this week and reminiscing on his high school career. There was a game in high school that he was responsible for 9 touchdowns, and his team lost 83-82. I don't know if he's going to hit 9 today, but 5 touchdowns through the air with 405 yards passing. That is a pretty good day for that number 5. 5 for 5.
Yeah, I don't think he has to worry about losing this one either, like he did that game in high school. Legend from Shelby, Ohio. The legend grows. Armstrong, touchdown pass number 5 on the day. All Wahoos in Charlottesville.
Of Illinois and Virginia, that Rutgers-Syracuse game will then move over to ACC Network. Back to you, Cotter and Hurst.
All right, thank you, JC. Kicking off here after Virginia scored their 21st straight point. Justin Dunkel. Fans who woke up early today to come down here to Scott Stadium enjoyed a treat as Virginia got up 14-0 early in this game and never looked back. The offense just so strong, and it brings us to our Sport Clips MVP of the game. It's that man right there, Brennan Armstrong.
Yeah,
look at this day.
Look at that. I mean, if we just showed you those numbers, he was obviously going to be the MVP of the game. I mean, just a great job all day of managing the game, but also targeting downfield. He spread the ball around, got 9 different receivers involved so far in this game, 10 actually now, and was able to put the ball in the hands of his big tight end. And with Jelani Woods' development and his threat inside the hashes, it really opens it up on the outside for the kind of the smaller guys in terms of Kemp and the other guys they got in the receiving corps. Really great job by Armstrong.
McCray, the big freshman back taking it for Illinois. You look at the schedule coming up for Virginia. You know, I was just thinking, what's he going to do when he plays a really good defense? But I feel like that schedule can be had. I mean, he's going to have some roadblocks along the way, but nothing that really jumps out at me that's going to be exceptionally tough. No Clemson, no Alabama on that schedule, no defense like that.
Yeah, it's always a tough draw when you get an Alabama or Clemson on your schedule, but I mean, I think that, you know, we don't really know what North Carolina is like right now after that loss to Virginia Tech. We don't really know what Miami's like. Yeah. They played Alabama, but we've kind of seen Louisville. We've seen Duke has got some promise a little bit in the backfield, Mateo Durant. However, it really gets down to that last month, those last 4 games where UVA is going to be tested, starting with BYU, Bronco Mendenhall's alma mater.
Pass interference.
At the end, that's going to be a tough test for
number
them
3.
Facing that
ball
defense,
be placed
but
at the spot of the foul.
The confidence that this Virginia team
down.
is going to have offensively, I think between now and then, Armstrong's going to put up some numbers.
Yeah, he's going to put up numbers, and then also too, just their style of offense is always going to be different. It's just different than what you're used to seeing. The multiple people that can kind of take the snap, and multiple people that can catch the ball and run the ball. So it's going to, it keeps the defensive minds in their rooms studying these trick plays. And sometimes you lose focus on just the basics and fundamentals, and that's kind of what we saw from Illinois early in this game.
Sitkowski, 17 yards on that completion. So here in the final 5 minutes of this game for Illinois, they made the trip first time ever here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, trying to get something out of it, as they've got a big game Friday night against Maryland back at home. Short weak pressure coming up the middle for Sitkowski, and that's a nice catch if it stands. Sandy making the grab just out of bounds.
Yeah, we haven't seen as much from Carlos Sandy as I thought. Carlos said he might get more involved, but look up front. Good job. Really good job coming up the middle. Yeah, and again, these are some of the backups. The second string UVA defensive front and linebackers, and still getting good pressure on Illinois.
2nd down and 10 now. Reggie Love in the backfield. That's Sandy in motion near side. Pressure coming. Sikowski got rid of it. Not getting a lot of help from his receivers here in the 2nd half.
Now, there've been a lot of drops early in the game, and then we're finishing off with a lot of drops. They're feeling the pressure defensively. Take a look right there, Nick Grant. Nick Grant has had some big plays closing in on the football. Looks like it's about to be caught. He's able to come up, get some big hits, knock the ball out, and on 3rd down, with the 2nd string defense in, looks like they're dialing up pressure.
Picked up initially, Sikowski trying the back shoulder throw, and that one's intercepted. Well, wouldn't you know it? We've mentioned his name so many times this afternoon. Anthony Johnson ties a bow on this defensive effort for the Wahoos.
And what a pickup in the offseason for Bronco Mendenhall, Nick Howell, and this UVA defense. Anthony Johnson coming from Louisville. Made some great plays on the football, and maybe none better. Got a little grab, but good job of finding the football, getting his head around, and ripping the ball away from Donnie Navarro. Great job.
And the defense sharing in that confidence as well. Now we get Ira Armstead at that quarterback spot, football player. He's going to be tracked down for a loss of 6.
This is the 2nd game in a row that Ira Armstead has gotten some good opportunities at the end of the game. Last week, more on the running side. This week, obviously, that was maybe more of a design pass, but he tucked it down and ran. Mendenhall and Robert and I would love to see him sit back in the pocket, deliver a pass, keep it out of harm's way.
Walker stays in the block, and Ira this time again tucks it to run, loses 2 more.
And that's something he's going to develop. I mean, you talk about Brennan Armstrong and the amount of time he had. Right there's a clock in the quarterback's head. We talk about it all the time, but Ira Armstead, he was back there. The clock hit 0. However, he still had time. So at that point, you gain your composure as a young player and continue letting the routes develop downfield. And that'll come, but it is a product of having a really good offensive line protecting him. Now 3rd and very long.
Steps up. Flag down. Incomplete on 3rd down.
Holding. Offense, number 55. Penalties declined. 4th down.
Sackett Wood, the intended receiver. Penalty against Virginia was declined. Ira Armstead comes over and has a word or 2 with the coaching staff. It'll force a punt. We haven't seen Jacob Finn very often. I think this is just his 2nd punt of the day. Donnie Navarro back to receive it, standing on his own 35. Navarro will let it bounce, take it on the 1 hop. Splits defenders. That's a nice return to midfield.
As ever.
Yeah. Burmeister gives him kind of a look like a little bit like Brennan Armstrong, can do things with his legs and his arms. He's dynamic.
Yeah.
So that's a team to look out for. So it's not just Miami, North Carolina, and everybody else. I think, Mark, the takeaway after week 1, and you could even say fumble, and Virginia picks it up. Got a flag on the play, but on the fumble, Virginia is able to get the turnover. To finish my thought on that, I think after week 1 and what we've seen here so far in week 2 with Virginia, there are a lot of other teams that are going to have a say in this Coastal Division before it's all said and done.
Offense.
That'll be declined.
Number 63, number 54. The penalties declined.
Chris,
Result of the play was a fumble recovered by the defense.
Talk about
first down and 10, Virginia.
Talk about Virginia football. I mean, you come to the state of Virginia and play football right now in the ACC. I mean, you got some tough schools to play against. Good job. Again, I mean, the fact that Nick Grant, the senior, the 6th-year senior, the super senior, is still in the game, making plays just like that.
And plays on special teams, too. He's seen the field a lot today.
Yeah, and you look to those guys. You look to those 6th-year guys, and some of the young guys say, look, if Nick's out there, if Grant's out there doing that, I can do that too. Really good job by leadership.
West Weeks, the true freshman out of Hopewell, Virginia, recovered the fumble to get the ball back to the Wahoos. Devin Harrington on the carry. Inside of 3 minutes left to go in this one. Students over on the berm over here by the end zone have already decided they've had enough.
Catching a little bit of a late lunch.
Maybe a late liquid lunch. Walker moves the pile about 3 yards. Still a lot of football to come here on the ACC network. Clemson in action, Florida State, the nightcap.
Fun having that 11 o'clock start. You get a bunch of games after it to follow. 4 games on the ACC network.
Rutgers and Syracuse right now on ACC Network Extra. Minute 47 away from ending this one, and we'll take you right to that one in the Carrier Dome. That's Woolfolk trying to connect with his receiver on the outside. Jay Woolfolk.
Good
he did. Luke Wentz makes the catch. This one might be reviewed. As Jay Woolfolk, now the freshman out of Chesterfield, Virginia, getting some play.
Looked initially like the ball hit the turf. Oh, it did, yeah. Good job acting, though.
Still getting the accolades of his coaches and teammates.
And now they get the head rolls. Oh,
the ruling on the field was a completed catch. That play is under further review.
Hoping against hope that that one would not be whistled for review. That the replay official, Tom Herbert, would just say, I want to go grab some lunch too. Herbert's got a job to do though. Here's our Sunday best for tomorrow. We're going to feature the field hockey match between number 24 James Madison and number 14 Wake Forest at noon Eastern, followed by the Sunshine State women's soccer match between USF and Miami. Both right here on the ACC network and on the ESPN app. One app, one tap. That dude ain't leaving early. He got all dressed up for the day.
A Little John turned down for what? He's not turning down. The guy's turned all the way up.
Mentioned Illinois playing Maryland in a Friday night game. So a short week, prep week for Brett Bielema. Let's take a look at who they've got coming up. Already got that one Big Ten win under their belt with Nebraska to start the season, so that's big.
Yeah, they start getting into the Big Ten schedule now. Maryland, Purdue.
They got some ornery defenses coming up. Wisconsin, Penn State, Minnesota, Iowa. We saw what Iowa and Iowa State today. That's going to be big.
It's going to be big.
But that defense, Iowa's defense is nasty.
They are. And Penn State, to me, one of the most improved teams in college football this year. They're very dangerous in that Big Ten.
That red zone defense in that game against Wisconsin.
Oh, man.
They were. How does Wisconsin not find a way to put the ball in the end zone?
The field has changed. It is an incomplete pass.
As we suspected.
The ball will be placed back at the 39-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and 4. Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1:42. 1:42 on the game clock.
Wentz will have more opportunities down the road.
Thank you.
Jay Woolfolk.
Because it's within 2 minutes, they'll put some time back on the clock. It's your rule change. If it's not within 2 minutes and review happens, they don't necessarily need to put time back on the clock.
Jacob Finn back to kick in. Driving punt. Navarro back all the way to his 10. Just picks up what he can, about 10 yards on the return. Syracuse in action right now, as I mentioned, on ACC Network Extra. Put them over here on linear television in just a few moments. Let's look at some of the running backs after week 1. There you see Sean Tucker for Syracuse had a huge game, 181 yards. And Mateo Durant, he is their offense at Duke, isn't he?
No, he's the offense. They were able to throw the ball a little bit last night. We saw them stretch the ball downfield better than they did last year. But you look at the running backs in the ACC, and continually, year in and year out, they're very productive. And you see the two, Persons and Knight for NC State. Those guys, I mean, they pack a 1-2 punch, similarly to what UNC had last year with their 2 all-stars in the backfield.
The interesting thing about NC State is they didn't run the ball very well last year, you know, and yet you've got those 2 backs, and they're off to a really good start this year, being a lot more balanced offensively. Dangerous pass outside.
Yeah, Nick Grant. This guy's all over the field.
Still playing. He wanted pick 6 on that one, just couldn't quite get there.
And you see what they're doing, too. Nick Grant is the starting free safety. They understand he has, you know, he started as a cornerback. He's back out playing cornerback for a couple plays, covering man-to-man. They want to give him live reps on the field. This is, you know, say anything about Bronco Mendenhall, he is able to look to the future, and you know, he's one step ahead usually in his planning. And that Nick Grant playing man-to-man, that's planning.
Another flag on the play. Sikowski connects with his receiver. Now the officials tell us that's incomplete and out of bounds. But let's check the marker too.
Pass interference. Defense, number 22. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot includes an automatic first down.
Elijah Gaines guilty of the infraction. Interference against Virginia. Be first down for Illinois.
Well, no one's satisfied with just running out the clock here. Every single down gives opportunity for development.
Bielma said it too, you know, even the offensive line learning how to block under his offensive scheme. So to your point, Mark, every single down is another rep learning to get better. With the Big Ten schedule looming large, starting back again with Maryland on Friday night.
Yeah. You know, when you look at Art Sikowski, not a spectacular numbers tonight, but you know, he's filled in well. And Brennan Peters, who was a starter week 1, he got cleared to practice and still a little tender on his shoulder, got an AC joint sprain. You know, I expect him to probably start next week versus Maryland. Has a little bit more of an NFL arm, but I think what Brett Bielema told us is like, look, I just feel more comfortable now that I understand what I have as a backup. Don't need to force Brennan Peters back in this game. Probably wouldn't have made much of a difference in this one anyways, but you have options as you go forward.
Yeah, Peters did dress today. He made the trip and he dressed. And Bielema said, I could use him in an emergency situation today. We didn't get there as Sikowski was able to presumably complete this game. Another first down. There you see Peters. Seems like he's been around forever too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Started his career at Michigan, transferred here, and he's been here for a while now. Sikowski moving quickly, receiver open. That could be 6. Got a flag, another flag on the field. That is Delvon Campbell on the reception. He's getting some good playing time here in this 4th quarter.
Illegal substitution. Defense, 12 players on the field. Penalties declined. Result of play, first out.
Campbell shaking up a little bit. Two timeouts on the board for Illinois if they choose to use them. Dropped. That's the 5th drop of the game for Illinois. Reggie Love couldn't bring it in.
points in this game where Illinois got that momentum swing their way. Had some productive drives. Defensively, had a couple good stops. But really, I mean, this game has been UVA's game to lose basically since we started. Since that opening 2 drives went back-to-back easy touchdowns, you kind of just felt that UVA had the upper hand.
Yeah. As we've said before, too, a couple of gutty drives by Illinois to close down 14-point deficits to 7, including the opening drive here in the second half, where it was just a 7-point game after Illinois scored, and you thought they had the momentum, but then Brennan Armstrong just took the game over. 21 straight points for Virginia, and it was all she wrote.
Yeah, and you got to imagine, unless someone has a ridiculous day later on, I mean, Jelani Woods has got to be tight end of the week. I mean, he had an absolutely fantastic day at that tight end position. 5 receptions, 122 yards, touchdown. He's averaging 24.5 yards per catch.
He was banged up.
Tight end.
You know, last week he was banged up a little bit against William and Mary.
He cramped up and had to leave.
He didn't play the whole game. There you see him, just a massive human being, and displayed quickness, speed, and hands today, too, to go along with that frame. 4th down for Illinois. Sikowski into the end zone, overshoots his intended receiver.
And Bronco Mendenhall with his hands raised up in the air. Brennan Armstrong looking on. You know, what goes through your mind after you put up such a day? And you know, he's going to be one to, I'm sure, his work ethic, he's going to get in that training room, make sure that knee's okay. And there's a feeling. There's just a feeling around this stadium. They got their quarterback, they got their coach, and they got their team this year.
Clock winding down here at Scott Stadium. Bronco walking the midfield to meet Brett Bielema. Successful effort today by the...
Well, Dustin, at first look there, it looks like the knees were down.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. I thought for sure his knee was down. We'll take a look.
So on an official review, 7:55 in the first. Ron Snodgrass will have a look, and we hope to have an answer on the other side.
Subway has so much new, it didn't fit in the last ad. Like the new app with customization, curbside pickup, and delivery. There's so much new, we don't even have time to show you who's holding this phone.
I bet you don't treat Brady this way. Come on, man.
You clearly haven't seen the other ad. It's the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway.
So, if you have a flat tire, dead battery, need a tow, or lock your keys in the car, Geico's emergency roadside assistance is there 24/7. Oh dear, I got a flat tire. Yeah, can you find a take where it's a bit more dramatic on that last line, yeah?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Someone help me! I have a flat tire!
Oh, it's good for me. What do you think?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
PNC Bank believes that if a pair of goggles can help your backhand get better, then your bank should help you budget even better. Virtual Wallet is so much more than a checking account. Its low cash mode feature gives you at least 24 hours of extra time to help you avoid an overdraft fee.
You see that?
Virtual Wallet with low cash mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference.
We're not just about hair. We're also about convenience.
Sport Clips app. Check in, track your arrival time, get heads-up alerts. Why is that important?
Because guys don't like to wait.
Convenience.
Sport Clips!
This is my wallet before, and this is my Ridge wallet.
It's smaller, lighter, and a lot more convenient than my old leather wallet.
And helps me get rid of all the junk that I've collected over the years.
The Ridge is a huge upgrade. Get your Ridge wallet at ridge.com.
Show some love, Peloton. High-five a friend across the country or right next door. Let's go hit the mat for core. Y'all look so good out there, Peloton.
The original Peloton bike, now $39 a month. All access membership separate.
The uncertain faces of two powerful men standing on respective sidelines. 7:55 in the first. Ruling on the field was a fumble by Syracuse wide receiver Taj Harris as he took a tumble to the ground.
The ruling on the field stands.
And the ruling on the field stands of a fumble. So as he went down, Dustin, it appeared as though his knee hit the ground first, but the referee needs indisputable video evidence to overturn that call. And with the number of arms and legs in there, you can't tell.
You just couldn't see the football. So you're right. There is no indisputable video evidence to overturn it. And what a break and a stop here for the Scarlet Knights. Bit of a bizarre first quarter, Mike.
It's been a strange and winding road.
Choppy, very choppy this game so far.
You're almost to the midway point of the opening quarter with Syracuse and Rutgers. Vedral standing back on the goal line. And he gives it up for Pacheco. Gets a nice push behind an experienced offensive line. Nick Crimmin, 6th year at center there for the Scarlet Knights. They dispersed their carries pretty well last week. Pacheco had 14, Aaron Young had 8, Kyle Monagai had 8. They scored in so many different ways that the burden was not on one player.
And the offense really didn't do a whole lot for a game that was 61-14. It was the defense and special teams.
And with that game, it was the second highest scoring game or scoring team in week 1. Buffalo scored 69 points to lead all FBS teams last week. But it was somewhat deceiving that if you watch through the full game, third quarter, that was still a game.
It was a 26-14 game, right in the middle of the third quarter. Then things just sort of spiraled out of control. Interception for a touchdown, punt block, touchdown, and of course, the game was pretty much over at that point.
Rutgers 1st and 10. This is the speedy Crookshank. Around the edge, the Orange on top of it. After a 5-yard pickup for the junior from Brooklyn, former Wisconsin Badger. 2nd and 5. Vedral, the senior from Nebraska. He lets it fly. A quick turnaround for Bo Melton to about the 28-yard line and a first down.
A lot of cushion here on the outside. And this is just a nice little hitch. Right to the sticks, make a man miss, get the first down.
Vedral tosses Pacheco. Moderate gain on the run to the edge. And Dustin, you go back to that pass to Melton there. That cushion is showing respect for the speed the Rutgers offense has.
They've got a lot of speed. I mean, between Crookshank, Jones, Melton, they've got a ton. And Coach Dino Babers talked about that with us this week. He said, this is Big Ten. I mean, they got some dudes out there on the outside. Much different than a week ago when you played the Mid-American Conference team, the Ohio Bobcats. Nothing against the Bobcats, but they don't have athletes like Rutgers does.
Vedral hands it off. Not a lot of room to operate for Isaiah Pacheco. The Orange defense can get set for a passing down on 3rd and long. Fans rise, keys begin to jangle. The Loud House can live up to its name a little bit with fans in the building for the first time for a football game since November of 2019.
A lot of cushion here from the corners of Syracuse.
Vedral has already been sacked once. He throws off his back foot. That's to Monagai, the running back. The Orange defenders converge quickly, and they force a 4th down. They're going to get it back.
Great tackle on the outside in open field by Garrett Williams. This is not an easy tackle to make. Terrific job by the redshirt freshman corner.
Adam Korsak, the senior from Melbourne, Australia, to kick to Trevor Pena. Horsack, a tremendous punter. His contributions not to be overlooked. Averaged 50 yards a kick last week, and he's on track to become the leading punter in Rutgers history. Pena turns it upfield from inside the 20, catches a block, and there are flags from all directions at the end of that play. It was only a 6-yard return, but Dustin, it appears there may be 15 tacked on.
This is going to be a late hit out of bounds. As he was being tackled and taken out of bounds, he finished the WWE move out of bounds. And I think that's what all the flags are going to be about. The hip toss, Mike.
Got some folk style wrestling there for you. You say Nick Suriano, and the Rutgers fans will know who you're talking about. All right, let's get this penalty call, huh?
That's 2 now for you.
During the return, personal foul, blindside block, receiving team number 24, half the distance to the goal, after the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, kicking team number 29, 15-yard penalty.
0-0 from 900 Irving Avenue in Syracuse, New York.
Lots of good topics, lots of good guests today. It's go time.
A big bow box says a lot about a person. Like they have a mighty hunger, a powerful thirst, and take tailgating very seriously. Game day and beyond, grab a football-ready big bow box.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense. Ask your independent agent if Auto Owners make sense for you. Oh, now you do your job.
Dustin Poirier wanted a better life, built it. Wanted respect, earned it. Wanted a title, won it. Decided to change the world, doing it. You know how my man keeps accomplishing everything he sets out to do? He believes that he can. Guaranteed Rate is a mortgage lender who understands the power of belief. First home, dream home, whatever your goal, you can make it real. Because if you believe, you will.
That's a good taco.
Dude, it's a sandwich.
It's a sandwich. It's a taco.
Ugh, not another taco guy.
The new crispy chicken sandwich taco from Taco Bell.
The greatest breakthrough in oral care just got even better. With Waterpik Sonic Fusion 2.0, you can brush and floss at the same time. With 2 times the bristle speed and superior flossing power, it cleans deep between teeth and below the gum line. Clinically proven to be up to twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing for removing